Oh, I guess I'm supposed to be going right now. Hey, everybody. What am I doing? I'm trying to tweet this stuff out. We need a producer. Did you know that? I don't know if you know it or not, but we need one. No, don't send applications. I'm just saying it out loud. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. The show is starting. Now you know. Welcome back to the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. I'm me. You're you. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Kristian Harloff. I am going to say my name because I realized both the hosts of Backstage yesterday didn't even announce who they were because you were listening on audio, I should say, especially when you're the champ. I'm the champion, Ben Bateman, and joining me here today is Andrew Guy, so I added that for them. On the engineer booth, he is the man with a plan. He is RB3. Hello, RB3. Nice to see you. Joining me to my left, Kate Mulligan, and her partner in crime, Brett Sheridan is here. Yes, nice to see you. Good to see you. And finally, he is the man who loves Jason more than he loves his own self. He is Mark Reilly. Hello,
Happy
Mark.
to be here.
Nice to see you.
Hi, everybody.
Nice to see everybody here. It's good to have everybody here. All right, what the hell happened in the Facebook group yesterday with Roka? Because I just saw there was something. I was looking at it for a second, and then it's gone. I'm going to read it because it's public, so I can read it.
The energy is palpable in this room.
Yeah, what was it? Did you read it? Did you read the post?
No, I don't have Facebook.
Well, good for you.
Oh.
That's why you're healthy. So
you want my account? I'll give it to you.
Well, that's the only reason I go is because of the Facebook groups, and I actually don't ever have a problem with Facebook. All right, I have to find this thing because who told me about it? Who said it?
Damon's so bad.
You got it?
Oh, so bad.
All right.
What was that?
I'll read it. Let me read it.
Okay.
Okay. This is a long post.
It is.
I don't understand, and it's the first time I'm actually reading it, so I don't know what the hell.
So
this lunatic said.
Emote.
Yeah. 4 hours ago, 6 a.m. This is what this guy writes. 6 a.m. Have some eggs. All right.
I want some eggs.
There we go. 4 hours ago. I watched my respected faction mate's comments on Schmoedown Backstage yesterday about his upcoming title match and the disadvantage that he feels he has in the managing department. I've got a little something to say about this. Honestly, it's first world problems for the Finstock Exchange to have in the Schmoedown. Both of our members are fighting for the singles belt. So this first attempt at cerebral games by Ben Bateman, who he tags, is understandable here. But remember that Tom Dagnino has been managing Ben for over a year. Roxy even said that Ben and Tom have been thick as thieves for quite some time now. Tom has managed Dan Merle in singles and Dan and I in teams during some big championship matches. He's also been an invaluable resource in all of them. Also, if I know Ben, he and Mark Reilly have been talking strategy this whole time about playing Dan and studying like crazy together.
Oh.
Remember, Reilly is Dan's former partner, so he might have a lot of insight into Dan's strengths and weaknesses. We're not asking Andrew Guy about Ben, as that would be a futile effort because Guy would rightfully reveal nothing. So while I appreciate that Ben is playing the crafty PR game of portraying himself as the underdog and employing Snyder-like tactics to influence the fans and the judges that he's in an unfair position before the match even starts, I hope you all see that nothing could be further from the truth. There is no disadvantage here. These tactics might normally work on other competitors who might be intimidated to push back or call out the singles champ on this. But he's trying these tactics on two wily veterans who see through this understandable yet futile attempt at gamesmanship. I do respect it, though, because these are the levels that the Finstock Exchange is playing. The Finstock Exchange is playing at when stakes are high and you look for any micro advantage to win a match. Watch Schmoedown Backstage below to see Ben's comments and the manager's situation in the match and enjoy him and Guy talking Season 7. I'll be back next week to have an on-camera rebuttal to Ben, if he can find the time to take a break from his gamesmanship to come on the show. I happen to love this post. I love it. First time I read it, I have nothing. I have nothing wrong with this post. I think this post is great.
Really well written too.
I think it's well written.
Futile,
and a lot,
and it's also but the thing is, this is a teammate. This is a teammate protecting his teammate for sure. But it's still there's problems inside your faction, brother.
House of Cards.
This is literally the dumbest thing ever to say that there's problems.
You don't think that there is?
Nope.
You don't think that Roka's got a little bit of a thing for Ben and he never let it go?
Yes,
of
but
course.
that is great.
You think it's great?
I think it's great.
I think it's an explosion ready to happen.
Let's just win.
Okay,
and that's all we do.
Also,
we go again,
right? RB3, you hear this? What do you think about this? Do you think that there's problems with Bateman and Roka?
This is first world problems, just
not
like
even
you said.
storyline shit. I'm talking for real. Like those guys have always had like. There's a thing. They respect each other, but there's a thing. Is this a problem?
Yeah, this is a couple alphas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, who knows who's the real leader of the Finstock Exchange at this point? I mean, Finstock obviously, does he get in between these guys or does he talk to them?
No, I'll tell you what he does. Again, this is another thing, and I have no problem putting this out into the world because Finstock calls me. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this manager thing. Like as far as Atlanta goes, he's like, like there's no way that I want to like make it seem that I'm not in both these guys' corners. Like, fair. And that's what he said. And I said, well, what are you going to do? He's like, probably not manage either one of them and let them kind of go out and do their own thing. Which and I said
that's a take.
But
that is a take.
But,
oh my God.
But no. But in a way, but I understood what he's saying though. He's saying basically like not having, and I don't know. He might change his opinion. He might put Roka and him have Ben, but or maybe have them both manage. I don't know. But I was like, you got to call him and tell him. Right, 4 days ago this was. Yeah, I'm gonna call him right now. Ben rose me last night. He goes, do you know what's going on in Atlanta as far as the managing thing goes? I go, Tom hasn't called you? He's like, no, I haven't heard from him. I go, what the fuck are you calling me for? I was like, call him. And so I'm telling you, the Finstock Exchange, there's shit going down inside the Finstock Exchange.
What?
There is.
To make it bigger than it is.
I'm telling you.
This is two competitors. Who's going to manage me during this event is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Because, where is Tom? Like, where is his... Not loyalty, but it's like two of his best players right now
and
going for the belt.
And it's an
embarrassment of riches.
And he said Ben Bateman, when he picked him in the draft, was the second best player of all time.
And also,
as we know, Tom fucked that whole thing up.
Yes, he did. But
the entire thing.
But that's what I'm saying. That sticks with Roka. Is going to stay with Roka forever.
And that might stay with Ben.
And that is why Roxy has been in every chance she has trying to throw a piece of dynamite at the Finstock.
This is all noise. Do you know what I do? I go play.
Yeah, you do.
That's it.
Well, that's why
I really don't.
Right.
I don't
do.
listen.
Absolutely.
You do.
I just
You and Dan do. Yes.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
Dan
so
was
fair
the
enough.
best
And
at
so
that whole
was
draft.
Dan.
When all that was going on, he's like, "Do you see what John did?" He's like, that's it.
Well, Dan and I are, I think, more closely just like, let's play.
You guys are like just kind of calm.
Yeah.
And, you both can get heated when needed to be
Absolutely.
heated. But man, Bateman and Roka, this is going to be something.
You know what I think it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Roka still wants the singles champion.
100% he does.
Oh yeah, he does.
But he would be. But I think that you'd see him kind of step back a little bit if Dan won it.
Yeah.
But if Bateman wins it, keeps it. You're gonna see. This ain't over between these two. I'm telling you. Every time in their room together, like even when the cameras are off, they're like jabbing at each other.
There's only one thing we can possibly do then. Who's the boss has to keep winning.
I thought you were gonna do Major League. There's only one thing we can do. What's that? Win the whole fucking thing.
And that's I should have done that.
Yeah,
That would have been a better call. But that's
good.
true. Win the whole fucking thing.
Now,
Who's the boss?
What happens if Who's the Boss gets the team's championships from the founding fathers?
Right.
What happens to the faction then?
I'm telling you, man.
I don't know.
It's not as pretty as it looks on paper. I can tell you that. So anyway, watch that backstage if you want to agree or disagree with Roka. But I was worried when I heard that this big post was put in Facebook. I'm not worried about it at all. I think it was great. I think it was it was good. I thought it was a great post, and I think I thought it was a classy post. One of the things we're trying to do, we're going to try to get this fucking Schmoedown back up. Something happened to.
She have a cold.
It's not working.
Still happening.
Yeah. So they're not breaking up. Now she's just not saying anything. So we're going to try to see if she or he are saying anything at all. And we're working on getting a new roadcaster. We think that might be the problem. But what I'm gonna do, what I promised I would do, is this is from Valentine's Day. We had a whole bunch of Streamlabs that we never got to, and I want to make sure that I get to all those because a lot of people put in some donations and we didn't get to them. So I want to do that today. And we will get to this Ben Affleck story and some other things going on too, but I want to do that. You can also add streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown for all the new ones that we'll get to. But so today's going to be pretty heavy on just talking to you guys and any way that you want to dictate the conversation or where you want it to go. We're going to really focus on that because I don't want those people who put in the donations to get left behind. C3 publicist Diddy said the artifact was deep in a cave guarded by numerous traps and deadly predators. After I courageously rescued it from the depths.
Of a
Yeah, I looked closely at it. It had very instructions to subscribe at first cut with RB3. I think this belongs to you.
Well done.
Yeah. Now what the hell is this? Bored at work. First day we met, I knew that I would run them forever. I love the way they lick me. The greatest. What the fuck is going on? Pernium makes me weak at the hips. I'm such a lucky person to have Brett in my thorax. So there you go.
That's the Mad Libs.
Oh, yes. Okay. Invalid user. Working on the heat in an old folks home today. After I fixed a furnace in one of the rooms, the old lady was so grateful she gave me what I thought was a $5 bill. When I left and looked at it, it was just a piece of paper that said Manscaped.
Nice.
It's good.
Nice.
It's good. It's a little dated, but hey. Joel from Queens. I like that. My name's actually pronounced like Joel. Oh, there you go. Joel from Queens. But it's cool when white people always say my name wrong. Oh, all right. I've been having...
All right.
Yeah, I've been having stomach issues this week because of all the laughs, so thanks.
Oh.
But now I'm constipated. Kate, I don't know if you already know this, but smoking an L is a blunt. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know. Why? But wouldn't it be smoking a B? What's L stand for?
No.
Yeah, what is an L? What's it?
Let her know what's
Actually,
going on.
I'm
here.
not exactly sure what it
Okay, so it was a valid question.
But it's definitely not a blunt. I'm sorry.
It's definitely not an L.
No.
When are we going to smoke a blunt?
I will happily roll you a blunt.
Let's
you know
do
what
that
I mean?
soon.
Well,
When are we
I
going
can
away
roll you
next?
I'm glad
backwards.
someone finally explained L to me.
Here's the problem: is because here we can do it all day long. Is it? I don't think it's legal in Atlanta yet. Is it? Because that way,
fun with that.
it's
Yeah,
legal.
I
in
don't
Atlanta.
know.
I will tell you that I don't think we'll be the first people to ever smoke a blunt in Atlanta if we go.
No. Sure.
R. Clay Johnson. So I have a lingering cough from a cold. It's all right, but every time you make me laugh out loud, I break into a hacking cough.
I
It's
know
all right,
that.
though. I don't mind suffering for your art. Honestly, I've never had so much fun coughing. Keep it up, guys. I hope you don't have that cough anymore because this was from 6 days ago. Kyle Beckworth. Just saw Sonic, and it's much better than I thought. I really liked it. Classic Jim Carrey. Have a great weekend. Love you all. Ready for Brett versus Bonnie. I hope you enjoyed the match. And you saw Sonic.
I did.
And did you think that it's classic Jim Carrey?
It was very, very
Reminiscent?
zany Jim Carrey.
Okay, good. I
Like,
like that.
either you're on board from the moment he steps out of his bus or you're not. And
Okay.
I've heard both
Is he a
sides.
bad guy?
Yes, he's a bad guy. He's Dr. Robotnik. So either you're on board or not, and I liked it.
I need to see it. I cannot say anything about Onward yet, except in my social post. I put it last night. I tweeted out about it.
Did you go to the
Went to the premiere of Viv. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We went, and it was cool because we went there and we got to, they had a little. Look, this is the way you do it for the kids' movies, by the way. From now on, what they used to do, for some reason, they would do it the same way. They'd have the screening at like 7:30, maybe even air at 8 o'clock, and the party afterwards. They did the pre-party at 5 o'clock.
Perfect.
The movie started right at like 6:45, 7 o'clock. I was on the road by 8:30. That's 8:45. I said that you did it right, and it was great too because And the other thing is it's at the El Capitan. So they have like these, the bleachers is usually where I like to sit because you can sit everything. But they put us in the front row last night, and I was thinking, oh, this is gonna blow. It wasn't bad. It was actually like looking at a big screen. It was farther away, and they had like Chris Pratt and Tom Holland and all of them. They came out and did the thing, and Vivian was excited because she's like, wait, is that Spider-Man? I was like, yeah, it's Spider-Man.
That's
so
Spider-Man.
She was pretty
That's
excited.
and
about it.
Star-Lord.
Yeah,
I can't wait to
She
see
was
it.
pretty. Like if you want to see my tweet, you can check it out. But I think I'm going to do a full review on it tomorrow. I think the embargo lifts, so that's what this show will be. But good. I want to see Sonic. I'm probably going to take Viv to see that also.
Yeah, she'll like it.
All right, good. What do you know about my daughter? I'm your brother. Ralph.
She's in the chat. She's saying
Oh, she's right.
Yeah, she's in the chat.
She sent us Schmoebot in.
That's right. Ralph Roy Millar. Hey, all. Have you guys seen Mike's posts on Inner Geekdom our Instagram, excuse me, for appreciating someone each day. So nice to see some positivity and comfort in a world of negativity. I'm proud to be a fan of Mike's and Corruption. Yeah, I have. He's been doing it for, I mean, shit, man, since like the last year. So
he just did one for me, and it was so nice.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He did one for me too.
Yeah.
Really
that's
Yeah.
so nice.
I don't think he knows you guys well enough yet.
I guess I did do one for you.
Yeah. I don't think he knows you well enough. He doesn't know you well.
We're fine.
Yeah.
You know, but
I
work
would like to
harder
tell you
and
about what I
friendship.
appreciate about Ben. Yeah,
That's true.
What I appreciate about Ben Goddard is.
Yeah. Did you? By the way, as players and a manager, do you listen to either Rundown or? Oh, well, I was going to ask you to listen to Backstage. Stupid. You're excluded from this because you're already learning. Because I'm sure you pick up a lot of
But
knowledge.
while you're in the room, are you actually listening to them?
I'm sure you picked up a lot of knowledge for those two.
Yeah, we
were good.
We went over.
Yeah.
Like that was probably our longest show, and they were going deep.
They were
into
good, man.
everything.
Guy and Bateman were awesome on that show yesterday.
Yeah,
but
we got to have Guy back on for sure.
Yeah, but because did you hear Rundown kind of analyzing your play with Tom and Paul? And
No.
You should, because it's even they on Backstage yesterday. So they were like, "Look, Kate's a rookie manager. You're gonna make mistakes. The mistakes make it better." You know, it's
Video Drew sent me some posts that and I don't know if I think she'd put them up, but where she was very defensive of me, which I thought was so nice.
oh, she was defending you.
Yeah, she was defending me. She was just saying that, like, ultimately at the end of the day, what a manager has to do is what the player wants to do.
Yeah.
And so.
And also, I said this on Backstage yesterday. Like, I paused and looked at that wheel, and like there was no opponent's choice that was going to get them 4 or 5 points.
Well,
Tom and Paul both got opponent's choice.
True.
And
Well, I mean, look, the thing is, I stand by the fact Festival of Darlings was not the play.
It was a mistake.
It was a
It was a
mistake.
mistake. It was a bad choice. There's
But
no question.
the other thing, though, was what they said. I think one of you guys said it yesterday. It was so true. No one's talking about that choice if you win the match. If you win the match,
like
no one's
Whitney,
because
Whitney put Star Trek on the wheel and didn't choose it for opponent's choice. So if Tom and Ball don't get that last question stolen, we're tied going into round 3.
Perfect example of that. Mark Reilly made one of the biggest flubs in Schmoedown history. I would say right up there with Don't Tell Peter and all this stuff.
Yeah, we're talking Sandlot.
Yeah, and it was Scream, right?
Yeah.
It was basically it was the characters. It was
speed
round.
Speed round.
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
they
Scream
went through all the
characters.
characters.
It disappeared. People were reacting. It was high pressure situation.
And it was like, who are the characters? Sydney, blah blah blah. Ghostface.
Ghostface.
And he goes boom. He goes Sandlot, and no one talks about that moment except him.
Yeah.
Because he won the match. If you would have lost it, everybody would have talked about
it would have
that
been
match.
up there.
Yeah.
So, are you kidding me?
Yeah, easy to say. But it's very nice for Mike to be doing those things and those appreciation posts and everything. It's good.
he's the
And
best.
I'd rather him do that than a lot of times he's such an emotional player, an emotional guy in general. Sometimes it's like, he'll go. He's been better in the Facebook group, but it's like he's I like when he does the positivity.
He's also
stuff.
probably happy to show that he's not actually a heel in real life.
Yes.
I mean, it's
true.
like
It's true. T.
probably
Swizzle.
relieved.
Hey guys, yesterday I went out for my second wedding anniversary. Nice. We had a great time, delicious food. We went home, we sat down and relaxed, and my wife plunged that tongue into my fart box. Thanks,
I feel
Manscaped.
like we got this one. Yeah.
Thank God we went back and read these.
I think we
Looks
actually
like
had that
I picked the
one on Friday.
wrong day to quit drinking.
Go ahead, swig it. It's fine. But it's one of those things.
That'd go great in coffee, actually.
I don't mind these things when they come in like that because I like when they fool us because they've been doing. Especially it happens a lot with the Meaning of Podcast ones. So
The Meaning of Podcast ones are my absolute
they're really good. Well, because this one guy's like, I had a rough day the other day. I was walking home. It was raining, and I was just sad. It just reminded me of all those things going wrong, and then I realized I should be listening to the Meaning of Podcast. It's really good. Jackson Leitner. Of course, the time I decided to speak up, you say it correctly, but good job producing my name that time. I can't guarantee that I said it right. Soggy Mini Muffins. Hey, Manscaped, please send me some product because my schlong's big and my nether regions look like the Tasmanian jungle. RB3 found himself a nice queen, or she is a Latin mommy. Doesn't matter. More white women for me. Tell John Voight to look into my eyes. All right.
Nice.
There you go. Simon Scroy. Kevin Smith just announced the cast for Masters of the Universe animated series, and it's pretty awesome. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Can you bring up that cast, please? Because we haven't talked about this. This is good. So and we can piece this out as a special clip then also. So He-Man is something if you've been following us long enough, you know. So the origins of this, and have you seen this documentary that they made about the Masters of the Universe and how it's been on its ups and downs?
No.
It's got like almost 1 million views, or maybe like
So it's on YouTube or something?
Yes,
Okay,
maybe
I
like
gotta
300,000 or
watch.
400,000 views.
fine.
And it talks about our project
What?
inside of it. Yeah, it talks about our product, and it
Kidding
shows
me.
clips of Collider Live as we were talking about it.
Nice. Okay.
So I've told the story so many times, so I'll just tell the abridged version of it.
Yeah.
Is that when I was working at Warner Brothers, He-Man was in turnaround. We got it picked up.
John Woo was doing it.
John Woo was doing it, and Reilly and I were working on a separate project at the time, and we scrapped it, and we started working on a He-Man treatment. We got it up the ladder really, really well. It looked like it was going to happen, and then some scumbag kind of stole it. And then something happened that it brought it back into the company I was at, and we started, and it was basically picked up because I brought attention to it, and I had kind of just stepped back from it because I didn't like the way the whole thing was going. But they did. It was always Lord of the Rings meets Star Wars. That was the best way for that thing to work, and stay away from the cheese, because John Woo didn't know what it was. John Woo was trying to go cheesy and I think going
too pop culture. Saying let's go get a burger is not what you say in Attorney.
No, and I still think to this day, even though I love the '85 animated series or the '80s, mid '80s, I love it. The 2002 Cartoon Network series is the best iteration of He-Man that has ever been created. And I don't know how much of a fan Kevin Smith was of that, or if it was like the classic 80s, or if it was the comic books that started, which was based off of Conan the Barbarian in the first place. All I know is that when Kevin Smith is locked in to anything geek, you're going to see some cool stuff. I saw the cast. I mean, the one that stands out right away is Lena Headey as Evil Lynn. To me, that is perfect casting.
Really? That's the one that stands out? I mean, she's great.
I mean, well, Tiffany Smith obviously is
No.
fun. But let's
Mark Hamill.
And Mark Hamill Skeletor, which is great.
That's the one that stands out to me.
You know why it doesn't stand out as much? Because it's at this point, it's like, of course you got Mark Hamill, because Mark Hamill is a great voice, and Kevin Smith is kind of entrenched in that world in general, whether it part of the Flash, or Star Wars, and he got the and he was in Jay and Silent Bob. He has a connection with him, like to me, like of course Mark Hamill's going to play Skeletor. That's great.
Yeah. He was great in Dark Crystal too.
Yes, he was. Yeah. So that one doesn't shock me.
Right.
Lena Headey, and not
Is that
necessarily.
how you say her name? I've been saying it wrong.
It's Headley.
It's definitely
No,
not
I've been
Headley.
saying Hetty.
No, it's Lena Headey.
Yeah, Headey.
Yeah. Can you bring up that cast? Do you have that cast?
He's got.
I got it.
No, I want to see it. I want to see
okay.
it. So RB3 is going to bring up the actual cast on IMDb. But so those were the two. I mean, because it's a big cast.
Yeah,
in general.
there's I can't pull his name right now, so the cast list will have. But Man at Arms, it's our boy who came on Collider Live.
Liam Cunningham.
Yes, Liam Cunningham from Game of Thrones.
See,
Man at Arms.
you know what's-
That's a good
but
one.
This is also, but every one of those people so
Davos?
far could play
Davos?
them in live action. Every
100%,
single one of them.
especially Liam. He could just put on the armor
Yeah.
and walk
And
on
Mark
set.
Hamill you could put the CGI stuff on him too, and he could absolutely.
Lena Headey as well.
That's how I felt about the Addams Family, the animated movie from last year, when you have Charlize Theron and Oscar Isaac. I'm like, make this live action, because he looks exactly like Gomez
So
Addams.
is this a limited series, or is it going to be?
It says 6 episodes on IMDb.
6 episodes. Go back, RB3.
I wonder if they're just putting it out there.
2 more.
And
Remember,
then seeing if
Netflix
if
one.
it goes.
Well, like Castlevania was like those 3 episodes, and then they came
yeah.
out with more. So I think
Hold on.
it'll be this.
It's is that it? Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Just put Kevin Smith. You'll find it.
It's Master of the Universe Revelation, if that helps at all.
Okay. So anyway, so far, I mean, because Lena Headey as Evil Lynn, you definitely could see it for sure. It's only 6 episodes, though. Is it limited?
I was saying, because they came out with that Castlevania one, and it was like 3 episodes, and then they came back.
So it's basically like a Masters of the Universe movie. You know what I mean? 6
And
episodes.
also, how long is each? Yeah, I wonder.
Lead to a big finale, conclusion, whatever. Maybe it does well. We get another season or long movie. That's what I'm hoping. I actually like the idea of it limited and having a really cool, epic story that does connect in a way that makes it feel like a 6-hour movie.
Right.
And then we get another season, another 6-hour movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
It also does seem to be the way that streaming services are and I guess cable for that matter too. But I do think that there's just shorter season orders for everything.
Yeah,
like like if you
There
think
were-
about
like the 8-9 episodes.
like
Stranger
Mandalorian
Things
was 8 episodes,
Mandalorian.
not even hour long.
Right.
You know what
And I mean,
Like,
especially for Netflix coming from animated, like I'm excited to. I'm not a big binge person, but I can binge 6 30-minute
Yeah.
episodes. Like, oh, let's just do this for a night, and that's great.
right.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
not because I feel like those. I loved like Daredevil season 1 and then part of Daredevil season 2, but like it didn't need to be 12 episodes. All those
Right.
had so
Yeah.
many fillers.
All right, here's the cast. You got Diedrich Bader is Trapjaw. I don't know who Diedrich Bader is.
Oh, you know his voice when you hear him.
Okay.
He did the animated Batman show. He's done a lot of things. Like
All right.
he's
Well,
known
Kevin
for his voice.
Conroy is from he's on
does
Entourage,
every-
obviously. He's
yeah.
Merman, which is amazing.
Wait,
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. You think of
No.
Kevin
Oh,
Conroy?
Kevin Conroy. I'm thinking Kevin Connolly. I'm like,
Kevin
yeah.
Connolly.
In my head,
No.
I'm like
Kevin
Kevin
Conroy's
Connolly because
like
I was
a
just
voice
about I was just
actor.
about to say Kevin Connolly is doing a voice. I didn't know he was a voice actor.
Kevin Conroy
Kevin
does
Conroy
all
makes a
the-
lot more sense.
Kevin Conroy.
He does all the Batman.
Kevin
like
Conroy,
all
yeah,
the-
he's like
Batman.
the classic Batman. I thought I saw Connolly, and I had my glasses on. Liam Cunningham, obviously, we were just talking about his Man at Arms. Great casting so
Sir
far.
Davos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Susan Eisenberg. Do we know Susan Eisenberg?
Yes.
She
She's
sounds
another
like
voice
somebody that would
actor.
be my agent.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
she
big
does.
voice
Well,
actress.
she's a sorceress, which is great. Sarah Michelle Gellar is Tila,
Yep,
which is
that's-
another great one.
that's
Mark
great. Mm-hmm.
Hamill is Skeletor. Lena Headey is Evil Lynn. Phil Lamar as Hero. I don't know who Hero is. Is that a new character? Justin, you're bringing in Stinkor. That's amazing that they're bringing in Stinkor. Do you remember Stinkor? the
Stinkor,
skunk?
yeah.
Justin Long. Jason Mewes. Oh wait, Jason Mewes is Stinkor. Justin Long is Roboto. Okay.
Roboto.
Griffin Newman, who was also on Clyde Alive, is playing
yeah.
Orko.
Oh, that makes sense.
they're
That's
bringing in
perfect.
Alan Oppenheimer. That's great. Isn't Alan Oppenheimer? He's Alan Oppenheimer is Megatron, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't Alan?
Yeah, I don't know
Oppenheimer?
the name.
I thought Alan Oppenheimer. Yeah, he's Megatron, isn't he?
I'll look right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Alan Oppenheimer. I thought he was. Maybe not. He was.
Let
He
me
was.
call my son.
He
He'll
was
know.
in He-Man and She-Ra and the Secret of the Sword. Yeah, Oppenheimer. I'm pretty sure he's been doing stuff for a long time. But I thought.
Yeah, he has. He's got 317 credits, so
That's what I'm
he's a
saying.
big. He's a big voice
He's been
actor.
around. I thought maybe he was.
Skipped out to
maybe wrong, but
1986.
Either way, he's been around for a while. Oppenheimer. Kevin Michael Richardson is Beastman. Henry Lyons is Triclops. That's perfect. Stephen Root is Cringer.
Stephen
Alicia
Root.
Silverstone is Queen Marlena. I like
know,
that.
I
Harley
know.
Quinn Smith is Alina. And then Tiffany Smith is Andra. I don't know what Andra. I don't know who
I
that
think
is.
it's
I
a
gotta
new-
ask Tiff.
Yeah, I
He
didn't. I failed to.
Yeah.
I was texting with her, congratulating her.
But Chris Wood is He-Man.
yeah,
And I like that they didn't go with somebody known.
I was gonna
for
say,
He-Man.
do we know Chris Wood? No.
No, and I love that. So
No, like he's at
I'll tell you what, man.
He's at the bottom of the list on IMDb. But no,
Massive fan of this
Oppen-
cast.
Test.
Yeah, it's weird that we can hear each other, but
No, it happened last time. Are we back?
Are we
guys?
back?
are we back, guys? Let me
God
know in the
damn.
chat.
Schmoebot did
we
it
gotta
again.
know. It's gone. Audio gone since 10:28.
since 10:28.
So what
It's
is it?
10:28 right now.
Great. Okay, are we back? Let's see. Well, let's wait. Well, remember we're doing a little bit of a delay, so
Yeah.
Can you
Can you hear
us?
us?
Can you,
let us know
you
if we're back. You guys
hear
can dance.
Papa? Can you hear me?
There we go. Okay, we're back. Okay, good.
We're back.
Yeah.
Are we?
We're back.
Are we?
Okay,
Is it-
back.
can
All
you-
right. So
but-
can you, I don't know where we left off. Anyway, the
Yeah.
bottom line is our project. Joe Silver and nobody knew what to do with it. And I remember we had this art. Even when, I'm telling you, after it got picked up, like that's when nobody wanted to get involved with this thing. Nobody.
Yeah.
And then once we got people involved, and once there was a really good writer involved in it, and then oh wait, we can make an IP out of this. Then all the executives got involved, and then everybody wanted to be a part of it. And I'll never forget when we had all the art for this is after you had kind of left the project, right? And they had all the art of Eternia, and one of the executives comes in and he's showing all these people, like, oh, this is a project that we have now from Mattel. This is He-Man, and that's his tiger, and they're going to Autorania over here. And I was like, I'm like, what did he just say? And he's like, yeah, Autorania is where they live, and they go, and there's these big spaceships that they come from Earth, and I'm like, there's nothing that you're saying that is true. And I was sitting on the desk hearing all this, and I'm like, I need to be in that room. And then I'm like, you know what? No, because this is going to fall through the cracks. And it did.
It did.
And then it went into Sony and everyone else, and nobody knew what to do with it. And the worst thing that I heard, was that stupid studio mentality of like, well, Thor Ragnarok worked, so we got to do Thor Ragnarok.
Exactly.
It's like, no, dumb. It worked because that was Taika's vision of what he wanted to do with it. But Kevin Smith, I think, for the animated thing, I think he's locked into it. This is the most thrilled I've been about a He-Man project since the 2002 cartoon work. And I think at this point, I think you just keep it animated because I don't think anybody knows how to crack it unless Kevin Smith does such a phenomenal job, which he will, and then they say, all right, you know what? You want to take this thing live action? Maybe it's the first time you kind of continue on your canon that you create into live action.
You already got the cast.
That's what I mean.
It's
Right?
fantastic.
That's what I mean because you can have so. Either anyway, so that's
What percentage of your project falling through was Ethan Irwin's fault? Would you say?
None of it. He was actually no.
Ethan was
I'm
the
kidding.
best on
I'm
this.
joking.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's a good question though because he actually was one of the.
got
at the
it.
time he was a story editor. Like now he runs the that company. He was a story editor at the time. He was a big advocate to help me get stuff through. He got it.
Some of my favorite memories of Ethan Irwin are the three of us sitting in his office cracking this script.
Yep.
And he got it, and
Yeah,
we
he
would
did.
go off and do
Naveed
it.
got it too.
And Naveed got it too. Yeah.
So either way, and then nobody got it. So going back here over to Bobby H. David Harbour in the Stranger Things 4 sneak peek looks like he tried to use his new lawnmower 3.0 on his entire body. Just use the code to get mine, and can't wait for my balls to be as smooth as Hopper's head.
Hey.
There you go.
What a strange reveal. Like I know we're going.
I haven't
through,
seen
but
it yet.
It's just
You
like
haven't seen it?
it's
No, I
the
don't wanna.
biggest cliffhanger, and people were wondering if he was alive or not.
Why did you do it in a trailer?
I don't know.
I guess because
Yeah,
it's so
what-
obvious that he's back.
That's where I went with
Yeah.
it. It's obvious. Even when
It's
it
so
ended
obvious.
and that season ended, you're like, well, they're not going to get rid of Hopper. And then
I guess that's
here we are.
I think that's the thing is that because everyone knew it. Did anybody think he wasn't coming back? Because if that's the case, if everyone knew he was coming back and then he reveals and you get these people, I knew it.
Yeah.
As opposed to in the trailer, like, okay, well, they're telling us he's back. That's the whole point of it. So
It's part of the story. I think the story that they want to tell doesn't involve this mystery of Hopper, you know? It's like, there he is.
Jackson Latner, in all serious, you guys are amazing and wonderful. I recently moved to Houston completely on my own for the first time, and it's been pretty lonely. I've had a couple depression spouts and probably wouldn't be here if not for you. So thank you. Well, thank you, Jackson.
Oh.
I got some good news for you then, Jackson. So I just yesterday, it's not confirmed yet, and I've done this a couple times, and it turned out to be
So Jackson, he has potential
potential
good news.
goodness. So because
Hang
the reason,
on, Jackson.
so we're not going to Tampa. And I think I've told people that we're not going to Tampa anymore for WrestleMania weekend.
Right.
It just it was way too expensive and hard for us to really think that if there were some people people coming from Miami who wanted to come watch it would be very hard for them to get hotel rooms that could be affordable for them. Plus the the Schmoedown tickets and everything too. It just was hard for us to think that it was going to be enough. And we don't know how many of those people that were coming to WrestleMania would actually be Schmoedown fans too. Would they be going to NXT that night? So we decided to not make that move.
It just seems like a sound decision, honestly, because you think about we go to New York when it's off season, and it's still a grip of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you don't want to be in the red after a live event.
Not for
It's
that
just-
particular one, because it's also whether or not the fans can get there, right?
Right.
So what I think that we're doing, April 18th, we are going to look to try to go back to the Booker T World Gym Arena in Houston, and we have some. I already have 2 big matches that I think that I want to do.
What are they?
I can't tell you yet.
Oh, okay.
But I think that
Brett Sheridan.
yeah.
Brett
versus-
Sheridan versus me.
Sheridan versus you. Exactly. RB3.
I'm gonna play Brett. That'd be
yes.
fun.
You want to play Brett?
Yeah.
Sure, you give him
You would have to. We would have to give you a handicap.
handicap.
Could we?
Oh,
like,
Well, we-
wouldn't have to
If
do
you
that.
don't knock him out, we get 3 points.
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, so
Deal.
that's a good- so that's what we're looking for right now. I got off the phone with Booker and Brad yesterday. Nothing's locked down yet. We're still trying to figure it out. But it looks good. It's just that's what we're aiming for.
Oh, you got a text from Brad Gilmore. Why are you saying?
Why are you
this?
talking about this now?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, looking. It's like, but no, no. But we talk.
Jumpy.
It's we want to get. I mean, I still, even though like he's my friend now, I still geek out when I talk to Booker T.
Yeah.
I still geek out. Like he's my buddy now. Like even when we talk and and I play it cool when I'm talking to him. I'm still like in my head. And the same thing when I'm talking to Matt Serra.
Yeah.
I'm like it's pretty awesome that this and you guys have made it kind of possible.
Yeah.
For me, like this is people that I like. Booker was someone that I worked with. That I watched like as a hardcore wrestling fan. Matt Serra was someone that won me a lot of money.
Yes.
So anyway, Flaccid Dragon back in the house. Hello, Flaccid Dragon. Star Wars in 30 minutes reminds me of the time in high school when I was forced to perform Jurassic Park as a one-man show after everyone else skipped school. Also, Reilly, you should rewatch Death Trap.
Death Trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Don't know.
I think
Why
he's
can't I
taking-
remember Death Trap?
Sounds like a college ex-girlfriend.
Sure.
Jordan Anderson, since it's Valentine's Day, and it used to be, anyone here who has a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, tell us how you met your significant other and what drew you to them. We actually answered that yesterday, so that person brought it up again yesterday. So we didn't mean to skip out on your question. We're just getting through all these questions now.
I didn't get to answer.
Oh, go ahead. We want to know.
Oh, yeah.
I was Irish step dancing.
Great.
at
Okay. So
That's it.
You know what it was Irish stepping. You know what I actually like yesterday? I thought about. I laughed thinking about one of the things that you do. It actually really makes me laugh when you don't like something that a lot of other people like. Like you don't like that, you go nah.
Yeah. Do you
You're like,
care about
Let's
that?
just move on.
I already know how much you like my wife. You're gonna like her so much more because we started watching The Irishman the other day. She's like, I want to watch The Irishman with you.
Holy shit.
And yeah, I was gonna watch it for like 3 days. You know that, right? Because of the kids. And I was like, I'll watch it again, sure. So we're watching it, and she's like, she goes, pause it. She goes, who is the Irishman? And I go, De Niro. She's like, what? She goes, why did Martin Scorsese cast an Irishman? And I go, that's what you have a problem with? And she's like, she goes, let me see the real guy. And she's like, that looks nothing like him. She's like, that's just Martin Scorsese putting De Niro in another movie. There's so much. She's like, Pesci.
Sitting in a room full of fucking idiots.
She goes, Pesci, I get. She goes,
Pesci, I totally get.
she goes, everyone else I get. Why is De Niro playing an Irishman? He looks nothing like this guy. She's like, it takes me out of it. And then she's like,
also the fact
he's moving
that
so
de-aging
old.
is-
That's what she just said. And then I was
Yeah,
like,
that's where
she's like,
you could feel
she's like,
it.
I'm supposed to think he's 25 years old.
But he moves like a 94-year-old.
She's like, I can't do it. She made me turn it off after 15 minutes. I want to watch it again. I love the movie, but it was just.
Yeah,
but
I
I just
totally
told you.
want to see it.
Yeah, I know.
But that was
I'm with you.
Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel. That de-aging technology.
You can't de-age bodies.
You can't
No.
de-age.
Because when he's
Yeah,
doing
you
that
notice
stomp,
it
it's just like he's moving.
stomp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even in Captain Marvel, like when like
see
Samuel
it.
Jackson goes down to pet the cat and he like gets up, he's like,
Yeah,
oh.
that's how. By the
Yeah,
way,
there it is.
by the way, that's how I felt last night watching a movie at the El Capitan. They have squished seats.
Oh yeah, they're
I
small
felt
and
like
uncomfortable.
I had just played in the Super Bowl. My knee, I was hobbling out of there like I was just tackled 87 times. I said, what the fuck? I was watching a movie for an hour and a half. So if I would have
And
been
a Pixar
if I was
movie at
watching
that.
The Irishman, I would have walked out crippled.
yes.
That's actually how I tell my age. People are like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Well, I make noise when I sit up or stand."
Yeah,
up."
right.
Like, or
I hurt
sit
my
down,
back
so
parallel
yeah,
parking.
yeah.
Oh, I
That's
thought
I was
you were
like,
going to use The Irishman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 3 viewings of The Irishman old.
yeah.
I'm how old Joe Pesci thought Robert De Niro
yeah.
was
Yes.
at the beginning when he's fixing his truck and called him kid.
Right, I know. When I was even,
Oh,
that's I love the movie. I love the movie, but I'm not gonna lie to you that that watching it a second time and he kept calling him kid, I'm like, I don't know if that works.
No, it's also
Yeah.
clearly the lady doth protest. Like, we got to throw in some kids. We got to call him. We got to
I know.
acknowledge he's a kid. It's just. It's
I know what they were going
so-
for too, and I really do, and I stand by it. I really love the movie, but I I said when my wife was going through this, I'm like, I wanted to argue with her so bad about the Irish thing, but I'm like, I really can't.
Yeah.
I really can't because
just feel
Scorsese could have cast an Irishman.
Yeah.
Or just a younger actor for the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
De Niro would have still been in 2.5 hours of the movie.
Yeah.
My wife was like, "Is there anyone more Italian than Robert De
No, I
Niro?"
know.
And I was like, I don't know.
And this is the second time Scorsese has done that because De Niro, Jimmy in Goodfellas, is half Irish. Why he can't be made?
Yeah, but he's also half Italian. You can get away with that.
I get it.
When you look at the dude he plays, Sheeran.
Yeah, I know. I have seen him.
Dude, he
Yeah.
looks like every bartender in Queens.
Yeah.
I mean, like he really does.
people.
Yeah, he really does. And it's like, and I'm like, and when I'm looking, because when she said that, and I'm looking it up, I'm like, you know what? He's got to have some resemblance. Nope.
No,
nothing
he
at all.
does not.
I'm like,
They
I got
both
no
have
argument for
noses.
this.
They both have
I got
noses.
no argument for this, but I still love the movie. Jordan Anderson, thank you so much. Anthony Karate says, Kate, I prefer Rockshore Brewed by Guinness. Looking forward to watching the
Oh.
Brett match in a little while. Have a great weekend, everyone.
That was about the Guinness Blonde. I was
Yeah.
like, is that any good? Wait, what is it? What is Rockshore? What is it? Rockshore?
Rockshore Brewed by Guinness. Yeah.
Is that available?
ZCM, I don't know, figure it out.
Oh.
ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. New character idea. Brett plays an aggressive Italian chef who's trying to get all his employees to work harder and trying to sell his meatballs. Well, when he's back, we'll ask him.
Yeah.
Anthony Nugent wanted John Voight, Holly Hunter, and Angry Reilly ranting at Kristian for not reading muted Schmoebots. All right, so we'll do Angry Riley and Hunter Holly ranting.
Hunter Holly,
I mean, this was a massive donation that Anthony
Yes.
Nugent put in.
Yes.
So Angry Riley and Holly Hunter ranting at Kristian for not reading muted Schmoebots. Go ahead. Who wants to start?
Listen, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say, Christian, is that just because the Schmobot muted it doesn't mean that you should mute it.
Exactly.
So
What the fuck,
why
dude?
are you yelling at
Why?
me?
Because I'm pissed.
Why are you pissed?
All right,
Oh,
because
wow.
you didn't read the Schmo
Well,
box.
but it wasn't working.
Of course it's not working because you got a fucked up situation here.
What's the situation?
That you gotta get your tacking shit in line.
Why do you sound like a teenager with braces on?
Because I just got my braces
Oh,
off
that's
and it
fair.
fucking still hurts.
All right.
I'm fucking pissed. Who's this woman?
I'm Hunter Holly.
Hunter Holly. I know Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter.
I'm Hunter.
Fucking
I'm Hunter Holly.
Oscar nominee for the firm,
You think
Holly
she's an
Hunter.
imposter?
No, you look great.
Oh, okay, good.
Thanks.
All right, Tim.
She got nominated for the firm?
Yeah,
She did, yeah.
Yeah, she did. Tim Sim.
Things I
to
don't
those
know.
to those who say I am a Houston Astros fan since childhood, should ditch them for cheating. I'd rather do what that lady did in Dallas than to root for someone else. If our title was stripped, I would be fine. Albeit after a month of mental counseling. I agree with you, Tim. So Tim Sim had a big post about after all this went down with the Astros, right?
Yep.
He was trying to defend his team. It's his embarrassment. I don't think that he should abandon being a fan of the Astros because what that does then that means you're abandoning the legacy because all these people, although Mike Scott also was a cheater, but still, all these other things back in the day, the legacy that they had, it means you're discounting all that, and I don't think that that's fair. But you can say what they did was awful and atrocious, and
You also have to imagine that the Houston Astros are about to be the best version of themselves. I'm not saying the most winning versions
Right.
of themselves, but because there's going to be scrutiny, because they're coming off of this embarrassment,
point.
that they're
Yeah.
about to be the best
They're gonna have to
version
be.
of
They're gonna-
themselves.
yeah,
they're
they
going to
have
have to
Every
be.
team is going to
So
throw
it's
at
a
them.
great time to root for them because they're going to have standards higher than what other teams are
you make
having.
a great point. I wonder what the ratings are going to be like for the first Astros game of the season.
Oh, like MLB has come out and like they're trying to prevent it. Be like, if you throw out, like you're going to be gone for like 3 games.
They've
But-
already said it.
Yeah, so they're going to throw in some bullpen pitcher to start the
And
Astros
just
game.
throw right at
and
somebody.
just slug
At
somebody.
Tuve, you got to hit at Tuve.
Yeah.
That
It's-
guy.
it-
I always knew I hated that little prick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying anything about that prick. I should say.
Red Gilmore just woke up in a cold
I know,
sweat.
because he always came off like such wholesome and good. I was like, there's something there. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And he's dude, don't pull it off me. I'm cheating. Don't pull it off me. I'm cheating. I was like, these fuckers. But yeah, you know what? I guess it's what I know that I can't get into it. I can't get into it. Yankees should have played the Dodgers. That's all I'm saying.
God.
Funky Cole Medina.
Yes.
They were initially saying that the stripper fell from 25 feet.
Oh, no,
that
that's right.
video,
That
yeah.
video.
Yeah, that strip club is only 1 to 5 minutes down the road from where I live, and it was a huge story locally. That girl is a trooper. You ain't lying.
My
You ain't
God.
lying. Shelby, did you see Tiffany Smith doing a voiceover into Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe? I love it. I talked to Tiffany. She's going to come on the show. We're going to talk about it.
That's great.
Pac-Man Dwayne on the Wanger podcast this past week. Beardo mentioned that he wasn't invited to Mark's wedding. No, and said that he will DJ it for $5.
Okay, he's in.
What's the beef? Get Brand to Mark wedding. I think he meant to say Brian, but it says Brand. Yeah, I mean, these
wedding
people don't
invites.
understand how weddings work because, like,
No.
do you know how many
awful.
people I had to cut from my wedding? There's so
It's an awful
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It's a lot, you can't invite everybody.
No, you can't invite everybody.
I'm so happy I didn't get married now because all the Schmoedown people that would have to get cut and people getting pissed off.
It would be basically, you'd be like, okay, if you're gonna be in the free for all, you can come.
Yeah,
to my
that's
wedding.
right. That's right. My wedding would become the free for all. Each person coming in, who's walking down the aisle now? Oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Dangerous Dan Marl is here. Anyway, so yeah, there's no beef against Brian. How often do you hang out with Beardo?
Not a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Evan Star Forever. I love the show. Feels like the old Schmo show. Love the daily laughs. Makes my day better. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Jay Ali. Hey, Kristian. Self-Righteous Brothers versus Looney Bins round 1 match is missing from the season 6 playlist on YouTube. Love the Schmoedown. Thanks for everything. RB3 is making a note of that right now. I can see him over there. Yeah, we have to look for that. Okay. Double check that. Anthony Nugent. 1 of 5. Good day, Kristian. Actually, you know what? We might have done this. Maybe not. Doesn't need to be read out loud if you don't want. This is played on my mind since Friday show.
Oh, wait, Anthony Nugent?
Yeah.
Don't read that one.
Don't read it.
Don't read it. He
Okay.
told me, he messaged me about that. Read that off air.
Okay. So all of those.
But do it on air. Read it quietly to yourself.
I will.
While we sit
While
in
you guys are
silence.
sitting in silence waiting for me. But anyway, that's from the next day. So that was
Okay.
everything from Valentine's.
Yeah, that was everything.
Okay, good. So let's.
Can we
I
do
believe
super
there's.
chats too. From Valentine's Day?
There were a couple that I'll get to, but I want to get to the actual ones from today because man, that was good. I'm glad we got to all of them. But wait, did we not get to today's? There are none that came in for today's.
No, I've been seeing stuff coming.
Yeah, hold on a second. Something happened.
RB3, that makes me feel like you didn't like my sound cue.
I
That's
know.
just me clapping.
I'm logging in right now to make sure. So, yes. So guys, make sure. By the way,
passive aggressive.
Yes. So now, by the way, now I am tuning into today's. So make sure that you go to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Schmobot has been on, so please go ahead and throw one of those in there. It looks like people have been trying, and it's just not working. So basically, what I'll do is I'll read them out when they come in.
You should do it in like a voice. You should do it in a voice.
I should try to do it in a voice. Anyway, I'll switch them up. I'll either do Charles or
They can they specify a voice?
Yeah, you know what, guys? If you put in a Schmobot, because we're gonna keep trying to do the Schmobot.
And we
and if-
apologize, Brett isn't here.
Yeah, and if the Schmobot doesn't work, just put in parentheses what character, whether it's Angry Reilly, Richard, Charles.
How's your
Dumbledore.
Arnold?
Arnold's
Oh,
good.
yeah, we got to use that new David B. Dumbledore music.
Yeah, there's there's Dumbledore music.
Is it very magical and whimsical?
It's pretty amazing. I didn't send it to RB3 or David B. When you send those music tracks, you got to send them to RB3, otherwise they'll never see the light of day. So let's see. Okay, so let's start. Let me start with
what was the Schmoedown match that was missing from the playlist?
Self-Righteous Brothers and
Looney Bin?
and Looney Bin.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess from the tournament of the season 7. Okay, so 290s. I feel like every single time the first one of the day is always, hey Mando, what's the Vegas odds that the number of dudes going to the ER with burned junk is going to skyrocket now that celebrity vagina scented candles are a thing? Also, what's a collective donation goal to get Brett to actually be drunk for Friday's show? I mean, we got to do a drunk show eventually.
Well, so here's the truth.
Yeah.
Brett, actually, we were texting. So he's en route to Mardi Gras
Yes.
as we speak
Yes.
with his family. He has family out in New Orleans. They're not going to like Bourbon Street Mardi Gras. They're doing like real Mardi Gras.
Right.
But he was like, we got to figure out how I can call in. So, and he and I both texted at the same time so we can meet actual drunk Brett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can really get actual. Sorry, I feel like we can get actual drunk Brett.
I would love that. Let's do that. All right.
In Nolans.
Okay.
Nolans.
Kehaman. Hey guys, thank you for everything that you do. I recently got out of jail after 9 months because of weed DUI. A weed DUI. Wow. Anyway, ran into an officer I knew, and she asked, did you use the SEN live code for your balls? I replied, yes, ma'am.
Balls? Perfect.
SEN, we have balls.
Oh,
Yeah. Porg Hub.
Wait, so is that person really out of jail?
No
we
idea.
Don't know.
This is I don't
I know.
don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Let's hope.
No,
that
no.
wasn't something like that.
Because all these real stories that turn out to be meaning of things or ball related stuff, I don't want to know. I just you know what? If it is real, if it's not real, whatever it might be, good on you. Porg Hub. So I'm trying to watch some videos on Alex Damon's YouTube channel, and now I can't see him without hearing Roka's voice saying, "I want Damon's ass." Not for nothing. I gotta say, it's pretty fucking disturbing. You got it?
Damon's ass so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
Oh boy,
It's the second one because the first one is
so
sports
bad.
related.
Yes,
but
the second one was
so bad.
Then, then it buries in there in that brain.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can hear John Roca's. I was about to say typewriter for
Yeah.
the.
No, I was gonna say it's a more local accent coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I want it bad. Knapsack's Ponytail, 1 out of 2. Michael K, Yankees broadcaster, has an afternoon radio show in New York, and they've been doing audio drops for years, like you guys do. Example: Accuser Lady, and every March they take the 64 best drops they've collected over the last year, sometimes beyond, and they compile the drops. They rank them in a bracket, a la March Madness, and call it Drop Madness. They have the listeners vote by round 3 weeks on Twitter and crown the winner. I think that type of thing would be perfect for SEN Live in the future. Yeah, but that's their shtick. I don't want to take their thing if they do it.
So we'll put up the 32 best.
32, exactly. Mike P.
We'll do 64.
That's right. Hey, gang, I realized that the free-for-all is happening on the same day as my wedding, so I won't be able to go to my wedding. No, that's what I said. That's what I said. He said he won't be able to go. However, if anyone wants to go in my place, the wedding is being held. I love you. Oh, that's actually, I just stole the guy's joke. I just took the
No,
guy.
but that was a Twitter thing I saw where somebody said they bought tickets the same night as their wedding, and don't worry about it. I'm giving them away, and she's a really nice girl. You're gonna get to know her well.
It was for the
Shit.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, for the Super Bowl.
I just stepped in this guy's thing. Hey, gang, I just realized that the free-for-all is happening on the same day as my wedding, so I won't be able to go. However, if anyone wants to go in my place, the wedding is being held, and I love you, church, on Please Don't Kill Me Street. Send the bride my regards. Mike P. Only joking, babe. I swear I was joking. I'm actually getting married on that day. Well, I'm supposed to be. It just so happens to watch this episode, there might be some doubt now, but just thought I would send a little Doug with a lot of hope. A little dough, but it was
Oh,
switched.
thank you.
It's Doug with an H.
And congratulations on March 21st.
Matt Chapman, I'm not going to be able to watch live because my wife and I are celebrating our 9th anniversary. I just wanted to drop a line before the show to let Kristian know that I just found out we have a Torchy's in Tulsa. I know if he ever wants to visit. Well, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to be honest with you. One of the main reasons I was talking to Booker T is because I know that if we go back there, I get to go fucking stuff my face with Torchy's. The fucking sauce is delicious.
I was conceived in Tulsa.
In Torchy's?
And told in Torchy's in Tulsa. No,
Yeah.
I was conceived in Tulsa.
Look at that.
What
Broken
is Torchy's?
Arrow.
Well, Torchy's is the best taco place I've ever been to in my life, and it happened to be in Houston.
God, I missed that one. Damn.
You were there.
I was.
You just
No,
didn't go
I
there.
didn't go to. I
It
missed
was
Torchy's.
Brad took me there, and
Yeah.
and Brad every 4 months sends me a bottle of the Torchy's hot sauce, and it's gone in 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I'll put it on ice cream. It's delicious.
We
all right,
know that's true.
it's very
Treadmill nug.
That's right. I'm going. You want to talk about last Friday? Matt Chapman, thank you so much.
At least I
JY.
didn't eat it off a treadmill.
That's right. JYVA. John Roca is so old that when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, he already had 3 missed calls from Roca. It's really good. That's really
My
good.
hat is off to you, sir.
That's really good.
That's good.
That's really good. Justin the Juice. Schmo's choice. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Wayne's World. You can never watch the other one again. I know which one I would take.
I know which one.
I know what I'll take.
I would
too.
take Bill and Ted.
I would take Bill and Ted's.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the only one taking Wayne's World.
I'll take Wayne's World.
I love Wayne's World.
I love Wayne's World,
it,
but Bill and Ted's.
You killed Ted, you medieval dickweed. Oh, so good. Because even though I think I got to watch Wayne's World 2 because, Ellis swears by that movie.
It's
The
good.
second one.
Wayne's
It
World
is
2,
good.
I
Wayne's World.
love.
And
I do
That's
love
one
it.
with what's
There's a line where they try to go to a VIP party. And it's like, oh, my girlfriend's in there, and the guy goes, a lot of guys' girlfriends are in there. And we're at a fraternity party, and some guy said, oh, can I come in? My girlfriend's in there, and my fraternity brother's like, a lot of guys' girlfriends are in there. I was like, oh man,
really-
that's
really
so
good.
perfect.
Yeah. Dip and Wipe. Amazing name.
Oh, that's right. That thing.
Oh,
That thing. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Please don't.
By the way, that guy's on commercials. You've seen that guy. That guy I went to high school with. He's on commercials.
Yeah.
Never.
Good old dipping one.
I don't know what this is. The Boy was a really, really bad horror movie. And
Yes.
the sequel, Bram's The Boy 2, that comes out this weekend too. It looks even worse. But yet I still can't wait to have drinks and go see it.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite bad, dumb horror movies? Well, that's a Reilly question here.
Yeah,
Ryan
I haven't
answer
seen
this
The
one.
Boy either. I got to see it, but I still Friday the 13th Part 6 is bad, dumb, awesome.
Yeah.
It's just like Jason comes back
Jason
to
Goes
life.
Space?
Jason Goes to Space. Yeah, Jason X is another good one. Actually, I'm going to take Jason Lives Part 6 out because it's so awesome. Jason X is a perfect example.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Mine's Freddy vs. Jason.
that's another good
Yeah.
one.
Really stupid. It's a good one.
It's stupid.
Nico Suave Rigoli. Thought on all this drama in the Finstock exchange of who will manage who in the title match is a big detail that's being forgotten. Emily Rose Jacobson is also playing Atlanta. Is nobody thinking about how this infighting will impact her? No, I don't think it'll impact her at all, to be honest with you.
Because Finstock doesn't even know her name.
Well, that's
So that's the jump off.
well, but he's gonna be with her, walking out with her, and actually able to manage her while she's there. So the infighting is going to happen if it happens at all, will happen either during the title match or after or before. I don't know, because the question is like, how is Ben? Because Ben likes to challenge and Ben likes to do all this stuff. Like, if Ben makes one challenge and Roka doesn't like it on the sidelines, you're going to have to hold Roka back with a chain in order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can already see it happen.
Oh, yeah.
You can already see it happening. If so. This drama is real, and it's real between Roka's got it. Roka's got a thing for Ben. I think he wants to take that title off him.
So
to be honest.
Tom is going to be on my Reilly roundtable on Thursday, so I'm going to ask him some of this stuff. No, he's confirmed. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I am going to talk to him about this and
Is Bonnie
try
next?
to level. Yeah, try to level it up. No, I know
Bonnie's
better.
on the deck.
Yeah.
Bonnie's on deck.
Yeah.
What you should do is you should book someone just you know that can always be there. Just like, hey, will you be on standby, and then book Bonnie? And that's what I do. Like, because I always know Ben's going to be here. Like,
Right,
so
right.
So I'm never stuck. So like she's supposed to be on tomorrow, or Friday actually.
Friday. Yeah.
Friday.
Friday.
It's
She's
a
supposed to.
long week.
Yeah, it feels like.
Why is it so long?
Are you guys feeling that?
It does
yeah.
feel,
Oh my God.
I think it's also because of
Monday
the
was-
Monday,
It's a Monday.
yeah, Monday threw
I
it
know,
off.
but
Yeah,
like,
it should be
even
shorter.
Still, it should be shorter.
I keep
Exactly.
thinking today was Thursday. Like,
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the longest day ever. It was just like over and over.
See,
Okay,
I
here we
actually
are.
liked yesterday, but I didn't. I just don't have enough fucking time to do shit because I was
Yeah.
because I knew that I had to get back because I was excited to take my daughter to the premiere because she wanted to go, and so I got because I didn't know because I was going to miss the screening on Saturday because there's just too much shit going on Saturday that I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, I bet it's Saturday. Yeah.
Are you going to the screening?
No, I forgot. Yeah, no, it just occurred to me because of what happened with Glider. I'm no longer on the.
Oh, really?
press. Yeah, I just got to reach out.
you just gotta reach out.
and Just give
All
my
right,
new
anyway.
Can I ask? You're saying Roka's going to be at Atlanta.
Yes.
What's the deal with
the
live
deal?
events? What's the deal with live events and like Roka's not competing there, but
No,
you're
the
bringing
reason-
him out as
Only reason we were going to bring him out at all was two reasons. One was that he was going to be part of the meet and greet.
Oh, great.
So that'd be
No, I'm not questioning why
No, I
Roka's
know.
going. Yeah.
And the other reason was because, and still I haven't got a confirmation from this knucklehead that we've been friends with for too long.
I'll talk to him when he doesn't show up on
Right.
Thursday.
So I haven't. The idea initially was that Roka was going to manage Merle.
well, that's
and
so that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Is
and that's possible.
Okay.
That's
But it
what
hasn't-
should happen.
But
That is what should happen.
Dagnino, I don't thinks so because Dagnino doesn't want it to look like he chose Ben over Dan.
Fine.
Too late. He picked him
Fine.
fourth round.
I'll manage from here.
You remember? Well, yeah. And,
Yeah.
Well,
Text.
what does that mean? Does that mean
Yeah.
I'm not going? I'm not letting up a. Come on.
Come on.
Well, also watching being at backstage, Ben is like scared of having Roka manage Dan and he basically admitted that Roka would be a better manager than Tom.
Oh, is that what he said?
He said it's a distinct advantage having Roka manage Dan over Tom managing Ben.
Wow.
And he said if he had a choice, he'd rather have Reilly there, which shows
Wow.
how much the manager means. Manager of the year, as Roxy would say.
Yeah.
Damn. So this, I'm telling you, there's.
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
I know. It's true.
We're
Yeah.
at the highest level here. There are two of my boys going for the belt.
Well, you'll
or
like
one
the,
defending.
you'll like this following comment.
Okay.
Here. Chris Scorpio says, "You know your faction is the dominant one when the only competition is each other."
Yeah.
Hashtag they are Mount Rushmore.
Exactly.
Fantastic
Just
beefs.
wait.
Hey, Christian, I think Yankees fans now know how Eagles fans felt back in 2004 after we lost the Super Bowl to the Pats, only to find out years later they were cheating and illegally recorded signals. The NFL took away 2 first-round picks, but not the title. Yeah, I mean, but they're not doing anything. This commissioner's a real
Also,
ballback.
I legitimately was like, what happened to the Eagles thinking the group?
I
was like,
Good.
What happened? What did the Eagles do wrong? Oh, not the
They
the
cheated.
musicians.
They had their
lyrics
Don
on
Henley,
the
yeah.
It was really a Pink Floyd song all along. Reese, we are doing a Schmoedown style trivia match at my family reunion this summer. Any
Nice.
tips on how to set it up, play with 30 people? Do the free-for-all.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
Do the
free for all.
free-for-all. Yeah. Sir Lord Attenborough, are you guys excited for Hunters on Amazon? Will you check it out this weekend? That's a Pacino one, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely checking it. Is that this weekend?
Is it?
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we got that, and Clone Wars comes out. What's Clone Wars is
Friday.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days.
Is do you know if Hunters is binge or weekly?
I don't know.
Oh,
it's
good
weekly.
question.
Also,
I
is
don't
he,
know.
Al Pacino's playing a Swedish man in it, right?
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying there.
Not this time. Turn it on. No, wait a minute.
We're gonna go hunt some Nazis.
That's right. You're telling me I'm on the same network that I bought a lamp? I went on today, pushed a button. 2 days later, hey, there it is. Now you're telling me, action, get the Nazis. What's going on? I don't know.
Very well done. Well done.
Got a great ass.
Right.
I keep every time you do it.
Every time I look, they say, what's next? Am I going to be on Pier 1? Is it even a network anymore? They got canceled. Okay. Irish. You're telling me he's Irish? I've known the guy for 3 years. Never once did he offer me potatoes. Never once. Every time with the meatballs. Once, twice, never once did I ever get, hey, do you want potatoes? Irish. My dog is Irish more than De Niro. Okay, let's go shoot it.
Watch Hunters on
Dumb
Amazon.
motherfucker!
I don't want that bit to be over.
When did he make that turn? Like
The
when did
yelling?
he- yeah. Was it Sense of a Woman?
It was almost the same thing that happened with Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen, when you listen to Leonard Cohen as his younger years, it's like he's got his voice is higher. And then he dropped to this, and the same thing. Pacino just went from being that really high voice, and then he dropped into. He's from like Manhattan, and he dropped into like a southern accent somewhere. He's like, I never know. I'm just not sure where it goes. Right, left, up, down. Where's it go? No one knows.
It's like
gotta figure it out.
Like I didn't know for the longest time Dream On was an Aerosmith song because it's so different than every other Aerosmith song. Like I have the greatest hits and it goes from Dream On to then Walk This Way. It's like, wait, same singer?
Right. Unbelievable. So check me out.
I thought it was
Amazon.
an Eminem song.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
He samples it in that one song.
I sample it all the time. Gotta order it today. Why is my bill so high? Because, hey, Bezos, what are you doing? Figure it out.
God, I want to see Scent of a Woman now.
Oh my God! I want to just watch RB3 the rest of today. RB3, you're laughing
Okay.
so hard and you didn't cut to yourself. I know. It's so sweet to watch
was
you
funny.
laugh, though.
Because he's not Irish. Not a bit. Had lasagna with them last week. Now, one time, did he bring it up? His wife, manager, no one. Not O'Malley.
RB3.
His name ends with an O.
Oh my God.
Not Irish. No way.
I want joy like RB3
Yeah,
is
no,
feeling now.
Marty, sit down. We got to have a talk.
Yeah.
You're casting the same guy over and over. What's next? Is he going to be Indian? He is Italian, just like me. Oh, wait a minute. Hoffa, also not Italian. So you know what? Forget I said it. Cast us both. Jim Sock says,
Jim Sock.
Oh my God.
you listen to the English period movies episode for the top 10 show. You've rarely mentioned them, so since no showing for the top 10 Star Wars movies, Roka's view of what to do with homeless people in L.A. near the beginning is disgusting, but worth a listen. I don't know. What did he say?
Oh, God.
I don't even know what he said.
Yeah.
I don't either.
All right, well, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Jack just fucked himself. Jack Rollinson said this bit is dead now. Hey, Jack!
Uh-oh.
Shut up! You're in there, you're looking around,
Jack.
you're typing, and you're thinking, should I write it?
Settle in,
And the
dude.
answer is no. Don't do it. Why? Because of this one reason, Jackie boy. There you are, sitting, looking at your computer, thinking, is this the time? Is this the moment? Should I, right now, hit that keyboard? No! Don't do it, Jackie! Think of yourself! Think of your family!
Now you got more in you. Come on.
No. Rob Mack, with Tampa in April unlikely, where are you guys going to do in its place? Back to Detroit, Toronto? This is probably before I made the announcement. But yeah, looking at Houston again. Prince, that wasn't promised. Next time you guys come to New York, I'll bring a few blunts to share with everyone. Yeah, those also illegal, but that's fine.
A few L's, if you will.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
A few L's. Bring a few L's.
Yeah, so
Is
funny.
the B silent?
Do you remember when I yelled at Rob Irvin one time? He said,
Yeah.
he wrote, he goes, I've been there before. Rob Irvin said, I've been there before, Jack. And I'll be like, Jack, shut the fuck up! Shut up! All right, Colin Martinez. Yesterday in theater class, we couldn't take the smell in the room, so we moved. but Hey,
look at this.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta move. We gotta move here.
I'll move.
Yeah. No, you want to sit over here. You want to sit in the corner? Sit over here. I like the Lorax shirt you got on again.
I know.
No,
You
come
don't want
here.
to sit by me? There he is.
Mark Ellis in the house.
I'm gonna miss you.
Colin Martinez. Can you shut that door there too, Mark? Colin Martinez. Yesterday in theater class, we couldn't take the smell in the room, so we moved. But the smell was also in that room. We sniffed around, and the culprit was my balls. My professor told me to go to Manscaped, use SEN Live, and subscribe to the Meaning of podcast.
Perfect.
Noodles. Special thank you for SEN and Mark Reilly for helping me get through a tough course with all the laughs and the movie commentary I've come to enjoy. Brett, as a counseling student, I really appreciate your openness in regards to mental health. Well, keep being you. Well, thank you, and I'll let Brett know for sure. 50 Shades of Geek. Is there a full list of which player is on which faction? I want to keep up, but I don't know who's playing for who. Yes, you can go to the Schmoedownlive.com. There is a factions tab that you can see who's in, who are in the lead, who's on all the factions, everything. You can go over there and check that out. And there's going to be more updates to that page. We're doing some more fixes to it, but Frank has put in a lot of stuff, and Jonathan has put in a lot of work in that page, the Schmoedownlive.com. This was our highest month of traffic at the website. Nice. A lot of people have been visiting it, so go to the Schmoedownlive.com for all those questions. Mark, how you doing?
I'm good. Is this set up for me to do the ad read? Did
Yes.
Brett do that bad of a job?
No, Brett did a good, that was how Brett did it. Brett did a good job.
Because Brett had texted me on, I think, Sunday night, the night before he was doing the read.
He was nervous.
Like, hey, how do I do this? And so I kind of just walked. I was like, dude, just
that he
be
went to you.
Just
No
hit
shame.
the
He
bold
went to me
stuff.
too. He's nervous.
I'm the best ad reader
You're
in
pretty
this.
good.
In
Yeah,
this
you're
No,
deal.
I'm just saying,
true.
like, you were probably
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, are we sponsored?
You know what? I was this close to telling him, like, you know what, dude, I'll swing by tomorrow and I'll do the ad read for you. Then I was like, nah, fuck that.
him do
Everybody's
it.
got to grow up eventually.
Yeah. Plus the fact that he was the
Yeah.
one that's actually used this stuff.
Yeah.
Billy Jack. A blunt is called L, as in lowercase, because of the shape. Well, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah. The great Andrew DiMolanta.
Oh.
Everybody wants to take jabs at the exchange because they're scared that we're going to do exactly what we set out to do. Keep trying to make mountains out of molehills. We'll let our game do the
100%.
talking.
Who's this?
Yeah. Well, I want to get
DiMolanta.
Ellis's take on this because Ellis, you've been around the.
It's good to be on Backstage, Christian.
I know.
What's the question?
Well, but again, this is absolutely a backstage question because Roka wrote this whole thing on Facebook about it wasn't no. That was good.
It was good. It was good.
We were
That was my
contained.
Yeah, that was my initial
It's a
reaction.
bad open.
It was a bad-
Wednesday was was going so well.
We had the coronavirus just in that area of China.
That was my
manifesto.
That was my initial thought.
Did he open with like my fellow Americans?
Close. But he's basically calling Bateman out about how Bateman on backstage yesterday was calling out Tom's managing skills a little bit and everything too. It was this whole thing.
So Bateman and Rocco were on backstage together.
No. It was Bateman and Guy yesterday. Rocco was watching, and Rocco called it back.
Yeah.
But basically, we were just saying that we
don't watch if you're a Schmoedown competitor or personality, and there's a show about the Schmoedown that you're not on. Do not watch that show.
I don't know because Rocco hosts.
All it's gonna do is piss you off.
No.
It
didn't piss him off though. He was basically just saying how he believes that that Bateman thinks there's going to be an unfair advantage inside because he thinks that Rocco managing Dan.
Finstock is managing.
We don't know
just
yet.
in general.
We're not sure in general.
You know what? I'm going to have early intel on this, and I'll post to the Facebook group on Thursday evening
about who's doing.
Well,
what.
look, Tom and I, as of now, are booked on the same flight. Which was music to my ears.
Right.
So we're booked. So if he shows up, then I'll be like, hey, Finstock is in Atlanta.
He
That's
needs to
all
make
I
that
care
call.
about.
No, he's definitely coming. The answer is whether or
about
not
the same guy?
Yes, whether he's a free trip. He's coming. That's the only time I get calls from him when we announce I'm doing an event in April of 2021. I'm going to be on the card, right? One of my guys.
He hasn't said he walkie-talkies yet?
No, he will. I'll give you a discount. But anyway, the point is, who's he going to manage? Is he going to manage Merle or is he going to manage Rocco?
So the premise here is that if he manages Bateman, then Rocco would manage Merle.
Yes.
And so Ben feels like that's a distinct disadvantage.
Correct.
For him.
Correct. And so, but then Rocco wrote this whole thing how he believes that Reilly and Rocco have definitely Reilly and Bateman have been talking about strategy against this whole thing.
That they're conspiring.
I just think that this can't last for a season. I think that Roca and Ben are aimed for a collision course one way or another.
I think a big part of it is going to depend on how this match in Atlanta plays out.
Yes.
If there's a lot of bad blood there, if there's controversy
I
there.
said one challenge that Bateman makes that Roca doesn't like, and you're going to hear it from across the
we might
theater.
have to, like, in werewolf movies when they're like, hey, it's a full moon tonight, so it looks like I'm chained in the barn.
Yeah.
We might have to chain
He
Roca.
also said
Avoid the
That's
Moors.
so funny.
I said you're going to have to chain Roca
You're gonna
up.
have to chain Roca up.
That's why I actually agree.
Just lock him up in the arena. It'd be awesome, like King Kong.
And he breaks out. I agree with what Finstock told me on the phone. Finstock told me on the phone that he was going to potentially not manage either one and just walk out with both of them and let them call the challenges and stuff on their own and let them manage themselves.
I don't hate that. I mean, they
either.
know how to do challenges.
I don't either, but it's like, the matter is, will they want to do that? Will because I don't know.
I feel I don't know. I've never been managed
ever
by anyone, which is great.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Finstock, I feel like does show up to manage though.
He does.
As much
all
crap
the other
as I give
managers,
him.
all the managers give him shit. Roxy loves to give him shit.
Yeah,
I was just about to.
But again, I've never been in.
You don't think he manages either?
I don't know what he does. Honestly, I don't know what he does. I mean,
What do you do?
I feel like he picks the right people. That's A-of-all.
I think in between rounds, I would love to have him mic'd up, and you'd have to use two mics so you could hear him. Like, what is he actually saying to the competitors in between? Because he is a competitive guy. He loves playing sports.
Yeah.
So once he's there in the arena, I feel like he's a good manager. And
he calls me after every match. And he's like, that went exactly how we were thinking.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll tell you what, if this guy keeps playing the way he's playing, no one's gonna touch him.
And he just tried to shit talk me already.
Yeah,
he's definitely
Dagnino's very locked in. He's not like people try to paint him as on the same level as what Burnett does, and it's because Burnett's still learning. And Burnett's gonna wind up being one of those managers that falls into a championship team. Yeah, he really is. You look at what happened with Deep
Not
13.
this year, but
I don't know.
I feel like Burnett is if this is all a sitcom,
he's
he's the zany neighbor.
Yeah.
He's
Kimmy Gibbler.
He's Kramer or he's Newman.
Yeah, a Newman.
Okay, so not Kimmy Gibbler.
Kimmy Gibbler would be good.
Thank you.
I met her at one of Saget's shows. Yeah, I was doing a show with Saget a few years ago, and she just came to the show. And this is before Fuller House.
And he's like, stop calling.
She's my true north.
Nice.
Come on, it was fun. Fantastic beefs. Who was everyone's favorite three players to watch in any sport? I'm not asking who you think is the greatest, just who you had to
Rocha,
stop everything
Bateman,
to watch. Yeah.
Kalinowski.
Right. Mine are Randall Cunningham, Barry Sanders, and Allen Iverson.
Ooh!
I'm going Mike Tyson.
Oh, that's a hot take.
Mike Tyson, Don Mattingly, and Jordan.
Oh, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be 3 people that played together.
No.
Because
Three
I would
people
definitely
in
say
any
Jordan.
sport.
I would definitely say Jordan Pippen.
Yeah.
So you,
Are 2 of mine.
Pippen? You don't
I
watch?
loved their.
But about any athlete that you could pick to watch.
Well, if we're talking about dynamic, yes, I would
so
go. But
Tyson,
if we're not talking,
Tyson was one I just couldn't.
Thinking about like if
Holyfield though too,
if
man.
every game ever is on, which one do I have to watch? Probably going to be Jordan. Barry is way up there for me. Man, that is tough. Reilly, who you got? Iverson's.
I'll
way
also
up.
put Chuck Liddell in his prime.
Yeah.
When Chuck Liddell was fighting in his
Iceman.
prime.
Yeah.
Kobe. Kobe would be my number 1 because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Reggie
Fisher.
Bush during the USC years.
Yeah.
And I would go Joe Montana.
I thought you were going to say Ryan Leaf. No.
Good in college. Damn good in college.
I
Very good
liked
in college.
Mariota in his college days. Marcus
Yeah.
Mariota when he was playing for the
Mariota?
Ducks.
Oh,
yeah.
Rocha.
OJ in his USC days.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Did you used to watch him? This is who'd you used to like to watch?
Oh, no.
You can watch him.
Didn't-
Rocha just texted me. He used to love watching Yogi Berra.
Speaking of college players, like the Oregon offense, like when they had Dennis Dixon, like that was so fun to watch. For basketball, like Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, they're the easy answers for me, but it's Manu Ginobili because his game is so unorthodox and like he basically brought the Euro step over.
Like,
to
did he
the
travel?
Yeah,
Did
like
he
you didn't
take
know.
9 steps
And
or
then
2?
I was gonna
can't
say
tell.
either like Chuck Liddell or Forrest Griffin for UFC for sure, because like they could just take a punch and like it would just make them matter. It was
Well,
crazy.
speaking of getting
Simone
madder,
Biles.
speaking of
Simone
getting madder,
Biles.
I hope that Rocha does not listen to this next one. Accuser of the bagels. I think it's time that we stop referring to Rocha as an alpha. To me, alphas don't have fragile egos. Alphas don't run around whining because they were chosen first. Alphas don't constantly tell everyone that they are alphas. Reilly, Ben, and Dan, those are the alphas. Man. Rocha, please don't listen to this episode. Sir Lord Attenborough,
I
what?
think alphas can get. I think that sometimes alphas
Agreed.
can. Yeah,
Rocha is the
being an
definition of
alpha
an
doesn't
alpha.
mean you
Yeah.
don't have feelings.
No.
Or
Yeah.
that you never get your feelings.
No,
hurt.
Rocha's. This guy's just picking.
Yeah.
There are people
it's
now.
the game.
What Rocha did, silly, is now everyone is doing this 4th round thing, right? And now he's put it out there. What he should have done is he should have done this. Say, hey guys, I got to be honest. Off camera to no one. The audience doesn't know. He takes the exchange and says, listen, I didn't like the way that whole thing went down. Let's deal with it as a team. It's out there. So Roxy and Kaiser are like vultures right now trying to get. They both. Roxy is determined to she's going to try to break you guys up. You know that, right? Yeah.
This is like Rocky
She's also
2.
trying to take my Ben.
Roxy, that's right.
It's-
That's
Is she
I
really?
That's never.
Yes.
That is never happening.
No.
Never.
What if she said Snyder and Andreyko for Ben?
No.
No, you would
Keep moving.
You would say no
I
to
would
the
say
former
no.
champions.
Keep it moving.
That's got to make you feel good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's.
So if
I'm
she-
telling you, this is Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
This is Rookie of the Year, right?
Wow.
there.
all
I'm
right.
not giving that up.
Okay.
You kidding?
All right.
Feels like somebody's over compensating.
RB3 to
There's
slit that
something.
throat.
You know what it is. First of all, next time I won't defend you so hard.
Oh.
That's A of all.
Oh.
B of all,
Good point.
I know some things that we can't talk about yet. And I'm just saying. I'm just saying that is going to be
This feels
Rookie
like
of the
this
Year.
feels like this is Bulls Lakers just boiling up in a different.
By the way, I would also like to point out that nobody mentioned Magic in their top 3. Mic drop, suck it,
No,
Chuck.
Magic's up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys like.
Well,
You
these
guys like
fuckers
my
didn't get
3.
to see Magic play.
He
They
was
probably
no
watched him.
Randolph Childress.
Magic.
You did. You just was Rocha.
Oh yeah.
All right, Sir Lord Attenborough, what film do you watch after a shitty day to cheer you up? Mine is The Big Lebowski. I don't know.
I like a good spoof movie. I like a good Top
Hot
Secret or a
Shots
Hot
2.
Shots.
Hot Shots 1.
Yeah, a Wayne's
We
World.
still, to this day,
Airplane.
Mark texted me a picture of one of our favorite scenes from Hot Shots recently.
Oh yeah.
that
Yes,
doctor. You're talking about coming
is
in
that guy?
off the bench.
Who is that guy? To this day, it's one of the best comedic
Guy
little
get
performances.
30 seconds
and
of
killed
screen
it.
time. crushes, walks off.
Nurse, check his
never heard
penis. Is it
from
bigger
again.
than mine? And then he bites his nose.
I got to work fast. I got a lunch.
He bites his nose. It's like
Who is it?
I don't know. It's
Nobody knows.
Nobody
We've
knows.
never looked
Was he a
up-
director?
Who-
Was he like?
who cares?
Dude, he was so good. He was
Guy
so
came
good.
in-
Who is
everybody
that guy?
does their job. The Chihuahua in that movie
Oh,
does its job.
That
Everybody
movie is
comes
so
to play.
underrated. When was the last time you saw Hot Shots?
Not recently.
Oh, it's
And
so funny.
Lloyd Bridges.
Remember we started doing all the clips from
Ever.
Hot Shots
Yeah,
and
when-
Part 2? It was just like,
What I wouldn't give to be 30 years younger and a woman.
I mean, Lloyd Bridge. Come
So
on.
good. Billy Jack, I told you Friday I ordered the Manscaped with the SEN discount. Just got it today. So you can guess what I'm doing after the show. Trimming the bush to make the schlong look big. There you go, Billy. B. Arthur can get it. Have you heard of the Golden Girls cruise leaving out of Miami later this month? I hear there's going to be a bingo dress-up contest and lots of cheesecake with a nice side of coronavirus. Sounds fun.
Wow. Is there a real Golden Girls cruise? I gotta let my sister know about that.
Everything that he is Golden Girl related.
I know, but what if this story's real?
There could- I
I'm
could
just
definitely
saying.
see a
That
Golden
sounds
Girls
kinda
cruise
real.
That
happening.
actually seems
Side
like
of
that's-
coronavirus?
Yeah.
Well, no, that part is obviously the bit.
Yeah.
Sir
I'm
Lord
going to explain how
Attenborough.
bits work. The premise,
Oh,
you
yeah.
set up something that's real,
Yes.
and then you flip it at
Oh,
the
you
end.
mean like pretending someone's Irish?
Hang on, Kate. Let me get out my copy of
Yes.
the comedy Bible, and let me make
Yes,
sure
please,
that you're
please,
going in the right
Get
order.
on my
Yeah,
copy
boom.
of
Notes
Save
check
the
out.
Cat. Yeah.
All right.
The doctor's name is Don Luke, and he has 117 credits on IMDb.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the last thing he was in?
Don
Your mom.
Home-
Just kidding, Mrs. Harloff.
Alive
The
or dead?
Bonnie Hunt Show in 2010.
That was it, huh?
Is he still kicking?
You'd know him if you recognize. I'll bring it over for you.
Let me see. Yeah, let's RB3. Just bring him
Don
up.
Luke.
I gotta do what now? Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
him.
he's a.
Oh,
my
I know
God,
him.
he's a Christopher Guest guy.
Yeah, I
could
didn't-
be.
Oh
It
yeah,
could be.
that's
He's
him.
a Christopher Guest guy.
I didn't realize that was him. That's
Yeah, because
crazy.
he's got the beard.
Yeah, he's so
Yeah.
he's so good in that
Hello.
movie. All right, Sir Lord Attenborough. My girlfriend asked me this morning what my schedule was like for the day, and I told her we were invited to a party in the fart tower. She asked me what the fuck I meant, and I decided to rip a loud, wet fart towards her vicinity, and then I left the room. Hashtag party in the fart tower. Hey, that's the kind of marriage you got. Then you're gonna live. You guys gonna be together for a long time.
He said girlfriend, so I'm pretty sure marriage is not happening.
Well, that's.
that's ill-advised.
Thank you, Jeff.
Ecto guy, what do you think if Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern movie? Would it be a good move for him and DC, or should they go younger and more of an unknown? Saw some rumors about him in talks. That would be a bad move. He's just too synonymous
That
now
one,
with Tony
yeah.
Stark. Yeah.
Also, the other thing is the way, like, when you book a commercial, which I wouldn't know, but like when it's like if you shoot a Rice Krispies commercial, then you're I forget what it's called, but you're like blocked out from doing any other cereal commercials.
They don't have that. No, because look at James Gunn. James Gunn directed.
I know, but for the talent.
Suicide and Guardians.
Well, it depends on what contract you signed. Like,
Yeah.
you sign anything when you get a commercial. I got one email about it. I don't think I ever signed anything,
Right.
but I wasn't allowed to drink anything but Bud Light in public for 6 months when I was on a Bud Light commercial.
What?
Now, I did not pay any attention to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
who
They're not
the
gonna come
hell
after
knows
it,
who
yeah.
I am?
Yeah.
Well, 50 Shades of Geekness,
Everybody.
who you are. And they say, I would love to see an Iron Man match between the Machine and the Android. Do you see what I did there? Oh, I see what you did there.
I like it.
Tyler Gosha, having a rough day today. I almost got fired after making a $2,000 mistake.
Ugh.
All my boss could say was, subscribe to the meeting on
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was waiting for it.
It's good.
I did.
It was good. Hotel.
Also, Mark is on. Mark and Molly made a cameo on this week's.
We did make a
episode.
cameo,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're up. We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Good.
Can we also talk
good.
about how I was on Chilled Action and everybody made a big deal? I got the most views. Mark goes on it the day he goes on. He beat me.
Was it really?
It was like 1,400 the next
Oh, really?
day.
Let me see. Let me see if that's true.
They're great, by the way. That's those call to action kids.
Aren't they sweet?
Aren't they
God, They're
great?
great.
Yeah.
There's
So
there's
good.
so many
It's
of
at
them.
1.7. 1.7.
1.7.
Mark's
and
got
I'm
the
still
record.
at like 1,000.
Well,
I
Molly
told
made
you.
a
You beat me.
cameo on Chilled Action too, so I think that's probably the big reason why.
Let's see, right
But,
now-
yeah, they're all awesome.
I actually-
They're great people.
Right?
Paul was like, "Thanks for coming into the chat." I was like, "Well, I had to be there to watch Mark break my record." And then, sure enough, I checked and he had broken my record.
1.7.
I'll give you an autographed sneaker.
Yeah, we're the top three. 1.7, 1K. I haven't cracked the K yet, so it's 775, and then Video Drew's at 745. Yeah, that's it.
I want
Who's
them
in
to
the
break a
shits?
new record every week.
I'm gonna look who's the lowest, but I won't say who it is if it's somebody.
Oh, now why would you?
I'm not gonna say who it
Why
is.
would you waste valuable airtime looking at
Or
who the
breath.
lowest
Because I want to see it with
ranked
somebody who
guest.
deserves it.
Oh wow!
You want to bolster them? He's like, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm going to tell you to watch it to boost their numbers.
Well,
now we know who it is.
While Kristian is creating radio gold here, I want to remind you how cute your kid is. Holy crap, that Neil! Oh, he's awesome. He's great.
so
he is the best.
Yeah.
I would borrow him
sweet.
for like a couple hours.
He loves
A couple hours. Good.
Yes.
See, you're smart.
I
You didn't say
almost went a
overnight.
day.
No,
I
because,
almost went a day.
No, because then you get
No,
child services.
look, to be honest, like even with like the niece and the nephew, like they get
is
so
how
happy.
Coors
Like,
Light
Uncle
works.
Mark, it's bath time, and I'm like, that means I go outside and I just drink in the shed for an
I hate
hour.
the bath.
When you kids are naked in the bath, I'm away from
I don't like
everybody.
the bath time.
I'll read you a story at night, but that's about
We can
it.
do this.
We haven't touched the Batman story yet.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Let's go into that, and then we can go back to the.
Ben
Go
got
ahead.
this.
Holy shit.
All right, so initially Ben Affleck was after he was.
Is this all we do on this show? Is talk about Batman?
Let's do it. Keep talking. Keep talking. We got this.
Okay.
We got it.
Ben Affleck was the best part of Batman v
Oh,
Superman.
wait, you might.
Just do it. Just do it, RB3.
Okay, all right. My bad. All right, so Ben Affleck, he had an interview talking about how much he didn't like playing the Batman, basically. Not to say that he didn't like playing it, but he just had a whole situation where he was offered to come back for Justice League 2 or to direct the next Batman movie. He said that he was frankly going through drinking problems.
Yeah.
And not playing the Batman was giving
Wow,
him a lot
really?
more
Yeah,
anxiety.
he got very honest on this one.
So,
Wow.
and that's why he
I
kinda
respect him.
He took a step back from acting for a
Huge.
minute. Now he's coming back for The Way Back, which is also a film that's addressing his drinking issues.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that he, by the time he got to like the third draft of the script and he submitted it, it was
His friend said, if you do this, I might lose you to your drinking.
yeah.
So,
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was like one of those friend moments that it's very respectful what Ben Affleck did, how candid he was about this. And I completely understand because you could see he was talking about in the filming going back to Justice League that he started drinking more and it was killing him.
Yeah, right.
He had to take a step away from
Like
that.
I always actually wonder this about the like movies. If you struggle with drinking problems and you're in a movie called The Way Back, where like a lot of the scenes are you like losing your shit and
Yeah.
like drinking. How hard is that when you're drinking just fake beer all day on set?
Yeah.
That's got to be so triggering.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to get through, man.
Yeah.
I just want to say
Say it, Kate, for us all.
that we all wish Brett was here. Because Brett would know what to say in this situation.
Is this working RB3 or no?
Oh, yeah.
There
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, like I know, speaking of like fake beer, I know Mark Maron talked about on his podcast for Glow because he was doing like fake cocaine, and Mark Maron's had admitted drug problems, and now he's sober for a lot of years, and congrats to him. So he said that it was weird doing it, but he said it like the Mark Maron way. It was like, yeah, it was weird, whatever, fuck it, like, and it was fine. But I get it, like.
Still gotta
Especially
be weird putting anything
absolutely
in your nose.
like when he like
that?
you've seen the trailers, like the guys like stumbling can't walk drunk in the trailers for The Way Back, and so it felt like there's another article about with Gavin O'Connor saying this felt very like real for Ben because he was going through a divorce just like The Way Back. The guy's divorced and having a drinking problem and trying to redeem himself. So like the more I see about this interview, the more excited I get about that movie to see what can hopefully healthily be brought out in a performance.
Well, I think the tendency with that movie is like, well, then why would you do The Way Back? Because it's so hard to do because it's so close to your real life versus this fantasy Batman thing. But what you have to remember about Batman is that movie, The Way Back, maybe it gets scrutinized a little bit or they say Ben's great in it or
That's
not.
what I was going to say.
It's the scrutiny that you get with being Batman
Yeah.
is all day, every day,
Right.
constant criticism from all corners. So if you just say, look, I got some shit going on, I can't deal with that, I totally give you the rope.
I do
Yeah,
like the
nobody's
idea
gonna-
that he was honest about it.
Yeah.
Because like we know that's why when people get involved in other people's like personal lives and stuff too, it's like you don't know what these people are going through. And,
Right,
and the fact that he was that honest about it, it's the worst decision in his life that he did, and if he regrets it, guy's a human being. And we've seen we knew about his problems, we knew about the things that he was going through, and he was honest about it, and that he knew that even though he admired the script and everything about the script, that he just didn't want to get involved in it because it would have furthered his problems, and now he's kind of concentrating on acting and everything too. I think it's a good move.
All right, I want your take on this. I'm going to give you 3 seconds, and you have to say the answer as soon as I'm up. Ready?
Yeah.
Best Ben Affleck movie of all time.
The Town.
Town.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Over.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
tough. It's a little harder for me.
Over Good Will
That is a
Hunting.
little
Yeah, I
hard.
was gonna say good.
What was it?
Gone,
Baby, Gone.
Gone.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
His
He's not in that,
performance-
but it still counts. Yeah.
Yeah, you mean like his performance?
Yeah.
Or okay. Yeah.
Could
Gone
be
Baby
anything.
Gone.
Yeah,
You can say reindeer games.
It's either Good Will Hunting.
I was gonna say
or-
Good Will Hunting,
Yeah,
yeah.
or I mean Argo. You can make a argument
Oh,
for
Argo.
Yeah.
The answer is Dazed and Confused. Come on.
That
that
might
wasn't
be
an
his
opinion.
best performance.
That was
Yeah.
not an
Or
opinion.
Chasing Amy might be up there.
I don't want to
Chasing
say it's
Amy, I love-
confused because I'm not in high school anymore, loser.
Yeah. I would like to try to get through these.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
do it.
Let's do it. We got it.
Are we back live? Are we online?
We have been online. It's just a matter.
Hello?
Of, we have 15 minutes to try to.
All right, we
Let's
can
do it.
We can
We
do
can
it.
do it.
I had to. That's what I was doing. I pushed it back. The thing I was supposed to do. So, let's see.
You want to get fries later, Kate?
I will get some fries later. We're off to a bad start.
Wait, I
Stop
know,
talking.
sorry.
Stop talking.
All right. Let's see. We did the hotel nerd one about that Ryan Newman is okay and he's working on with his kids. It's great. Adam Lavak, we should check in with him. Take a peek at my. We did that one already too.
I'll remember that RB3. I'll remember the.
But
the
I love
the,
that
the Lavak
name.
note.
Take a
Kevin
peek at
Smith said that there was room in the dungeon
Yes.
for Roka.
Right.
Yes.
a hot take.
Marvel Man Mike, who also talked about Chris Wood.
It's a lot coming in.
Yeah.
Fans
Yeah.
really support the hell out of this
I
show.
know they sure do.
It'd be nice to have a fan to see me on the street and give me $5. You know, just come
would
up to
be
me
nice.
in person, just like, hey, like you're at Trader Joe's or something. Hey, man, here's $5. Can you? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Can you do your anaconda?
I got it. Suge Knight 323. Morning,
Shuggy.
everyone. Just wanted to shout out Ben Goddard's Twitch. Also, can we get Richard telling angry Reilly people saying that he was washed up? Backstage was awesome yesterday. We need Guy on Backstage again. And thanks, Kate, for the advice. C2A1K hashtag Den for Life. Also to Richard telling angry Reilly. You know, Reilly, a lot of people saying that you're washed up, and no one wants everyone. A lot of people are saying that too.
Name them.
Trying to keep things on
Name
track.
them. I need 5 names, motherfucker.
Ellis,
Ellis,
Kate,
he's
Kate
dead
Ellis.
to me. Dead to me. Dead to me.
You're
Yes.
washed up. You're past
Same-
the prime.
same
Washed
here.
up? Watch.
Don't yell at me. Someone-
You're a hack.
You want
RB3.
me?
RB3 agreed.
Yeah. C3P Diddy. I loved to all you guys because I'm losing my fucking mind here at work, but y'all making me laugh. I'm a dishwasher, and the other dishwashers can't clean shit. And my inner Sebastian is yelling at them, "What are you doing? You're a dishwasher. Wash the dishes." That's good. Ben Rayner. Hey guys, can't wait for the event next. Sadly, I won't be able to attend because I'll be watching the live stream. Hot take: by the end of the season, the founding fathers won't be part of the exchange by the end of the year. I just feel, just a feeling I have. Have a good day.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think they're staying together.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they'll keep it together.
Yeah. Let's see.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, John Carlo Jr. Tom Holland says that Uncharted will shoot in 4 weeks. There's another report saying, yeah, I know, saying Uncharted
Good
will
for you, Uncharted.
I know. We'll be
Hey,
trying.
we're pulling for you.
Saying that they're trying to shoot 4 films. How likely will they be trying? That's what it's just. I know.
Does this end with but Tom Holland had to cancel because he had to shave his balls?
Yeah,
Is there some sort of,
it could be.
there's got to be some sort of rub here.
Yeah.
Christian Alante regarding the Eagles fan that complained about the Pats cheating in the Eagles Super Bowl. Spygate was based on a 2007 game, and there were rule change regarding the videotaping between 2004 and 2007. So sorry, buddy, but your Eagles are still trash.
They were taping the Rams is what the allegation was.
Right.
I don't think that's the same level of what the Astros did.
True. Will Watson, great listening to SEN every day. We have Yodi and the Bandit on the desk with Kata's mom and the chairman and the awesome RB3 holding down the board. Love the joy and the laughs you spread. Subscribe, watch Riley's Cantina and Roundtable.
Yeah.
Cinefanatics, let Dagnino advise Reilly and Roka, who do the actual coaching. Gives a buffer with the veteran players. That said, Houston, we were just up at the arena for our reaction with Brad. Can't wait to be back. See you all next month at the free-for-all. Awesome.
Yeah.
So as far as that goes, it's also harder with fly. I mean, if we had like a really massive budget, then it'd fly everybody out. It would be great. But it's just not realistic.
To travel with the free for all?
No, for Reilly also coming out
To come
there
out
too.
for Atlanta.
Yes, not if Dagnino's
Well, you
going to
can
be there.
drive.
Unless Dagnino doesn't
I
want to
can.
go. If
Yeah.
Dagnino doesn't want to go, and you go in his place, I doubt that's going to happen.
What are the odds that Riley's on my flight instead of Dagnino?
Right.
Imagine.
Sir Lord Attenborough, what is the one thing your significant other does that annoys the hell out of you? My girlfriend seems to to have her entire wardrobe strewn across our apartment. The clothes never stop, and she gets mad when I pick them up and put them away. What the F? Hashtag SEN. Mine is that I can't find a damn thing to watch with my wife that she likes.
I'll one up you. Mine, this bitch is invisible. She just does not fucking appear.
Yeah.
Ever. It's like, honey, at some point, you got to contribute around here. Gliding around here like I can't even see you.
I mean, those are the pitfalls of
women,
dating
right?
a mutant. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
All right, John Carlo Jr. Sorry, Vidal. Roxy touching Brett's chest yesterday was the best. Can Kate touch Ellis's chest today?
Oh, I don't know.
If she can get below the beard, her hand seems to get stuck.
Do I have your consent to touch your chest?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
kidding.
There you
I'm
go.
kidding. It's a violation.
It's a violation.
I'm going to Twitter.
John Carlo G. Jr. Seeing the match with Mark and Ken at the desk. We like seeing the same side of a coin on both sides of the coin. Can we get Dumbledore offering Harry Potter and Mark Ellis advice on Manscaped? Can I do that one tomorrow?
Sure. Yes,
I'll do that.
of course you
John
can.
Carlo, I'll do that one tomorrow.
Yeah. Of course you can.
Joel Godina. Any particular
we gotta get the
reason
music.
that the
That's
spinner's opponent's choice wheel slices went from red, green to blue, pink? No, just it was. So what happened was there was a mishap from this is kind of a behind the scenes thing too. We had that big Game of Thrones wheel last year that it was clunky and it was making a lot of sounds and Chris Sklisky put a lot of work into that wheel and it just wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And so when Stacy spun it and broke the thing, it threw it. It was like because she spun it. I mean, it was just she just spun it and it was nothing she did wrong. She spun it and it broke. And then what happened was we used the old wheel. And so we're like, we'll just keep using the old wheel, the pegs wheel. And then we brought it to the Spectacular, and somehow or another, it got left at the arena.
And this is the day I called you
Yes.
complaining about something
So
else.
it was, so we were looking for...
That's the next documentary.
Yeah, we were looking for the wheel, and all the slices got left.
Yeah.
So
All the
Alex
slices got
Marzonia,
left. Who is
God
the
love-
front runner as of
As
this point of
Rookie
the
of the Year.
season. He is the front runner for the Yodi Award.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
staying up all night before the first series of matches.
And he made all of them.
He found an all-night Kinko's, like Jerry Maguire style, and was just cutting the slices, and he was doing that right up until we shot. So
I
big
gotta get
ups to
him a match.
Yeah.
That's somebody I gotta get a match.
Yeah, so either way, I wanted to give shout out to him for doing everything that he did, but then Adam Smith is another warrior. Like I told him, I said, look, we don't have the wheel anymore, and he went in a little early and he fixed up the old wheel.
Yeah.
Now that thing works like a champ. But
Beautifully.
Alex made a whole bunch of new slices and everything too. So
And
that's
big
why
ups
we
to
did
the
slices.
competitors for not crushing it with every spin this year. I'm very happy with how they're spinning it, but they're not like putting too much Texas elbow grease into it.
Do you have some subtext shade you'd like to send Stacy's way with that? Come on, just kidding.
It really wasn't her fault.
No,
I was watching closely.
Let's see. Manny from Tally. That bum Manford did take away from the draft picks from the Chitros. They lost the first and second pick from 2020 and 2021 draft. The little prick in Bergman should be suspended for the whole year. Signed a disgruntled Mets fan. Yeah, a lot of people are pissed off about the Astros.
I think Manfred is. I don't think he's the worst guy in the world. I think he's saddled with an impossible situation. What I would do is ban the Astros from postseason.
Wow.
That's a death penalty.
Yeah.
Because that sucks up the fan
How long's
base.
that mic been there?
And maybe vacate the championship. I'm still on the fence about that.
Let's see, Paul Denuzzi. I wanted to thank Kristian for continually promoting C2A on the show. I want to thank Kate and Mark. Our first 1,000 viewed shows with
That's
Mark
us.
now getting
That's
2,000
us.
views. This community is really a powerful one.
All right.
Love you guys. Yeah, it's
Watch
great.
it.
man.
Roka's about to blow us both out
I
of the
know.
water.
It
Are we
probably
getting
will.
Facebook posted
Yeah.
right now?
The prince that wasn't promised. Roka's managing Dan would be unfair. He has been managing players since the original Olympics. He threw out the first pitch, not in baseball.
Wow.
This is actually really good. Roka, hey, so he actually threw out the first pitch, not in baseball, just ever thrown. Steven Anderson.
He invented the pitch.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Steven Anderson. Thanks, Kristian. Can't wait. And then Haunted. Ellis, you'll always be a schmo, right? I know you're getting famous, but you'll always be at the desk with your little brother, Kristian, right?
After
I always
today,
thought
I
of
don't
Kristian
know.
as younger brother. Don't ask why.
No, this is the last show.
This might be the last one we ever do.
You guys are here for it. Congrats.
This is the Eagles in '79. This is it.
Trash Panda. We spent my birthday at the draft, so it's only appropriate if the crew could wish my girlfriend Carla a happy birthday as well. Kate, she loves you and Ellis. At least somebody does. She had very nice things to say about your award suit.
Oh, thank you.
Colin Martinez. Roca is so old that he was there for the La Paz Revolution and fought all 16 years of the Bolivian War for the independence from 1809 to 1825. He's a true hero who fought against Spanish colonization and depression. And oppression, not depression. But some respect on his name. Yeah, D-Doug. If you guys make it to the UK, the first drinks are on me. Kristian, you can get the next, then Mark. So I guess that leaves Roca to get the fourth round. Hashtag UK Schmoedown fan group.
Poor bastard.
That's good.
Wow.
That was good.
All right, whoever hosts the Schmoedown Awards next year, make Roca off limits. The guy's getting brutalized.
He's doing so well with it, I have to say. He's every time I've brought it up or teased him, he always has like a big smile and be like, right. Like I don't know. I feel like he's doing well.
Right. Let's see. We also had D. Doug. Thank you so much.
I mean, he's probably sick of it, but
yes, he probably is. Steve Anderson. Just got my preferred seat tickets for Mark's stand-up for Friday before the Atlanta show. Can't wait. So can you tell him where that is again?
One Up Comedy Club. One Up Comedy Club in Atlanta, Georgia. Special guests ensue.
Is it video game themed?
That's a great question. No idea.
Oh, your boy Soggy Mini Muffins. This is a test donation by Soggy Mini Muffins. Suck balls. That's didn't go through. Jumbo, I think you broke it. Jumbo Bradis. Kristian, did you watch the Zoe Kravitz episode of Hot Ones? And to everyone else, if you're on Hot Ones, what questions that no one has ever asked you to care to ask you would you be excited for Sean to ask you? That one I don't know about as far as what you wanted to ask.
Like what kind of stuff does he ask?
Yes, everything.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a lot of different things, like just research that he's done and stuff on people. I mean, that's one. Like he just goes.
I would like to ask him how he started dating Natasha Martinez. I mean,
you'd ask him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that works that way. Though. I think it'd be what
turn
he'd
that
ask
shit
you.
around on him, right?
Just ask her.
Would you guys go on Hot Ones? Do you think you can make it through all 10?
I don't think I could make it through. I think I might have some PTSD around 6.
Yeah.
Right. You know, but I would give a game effort and I would lay it all out there on the field. And then afterwards would be a nightmare. But at least I know the way to the ER.
It's another update.
Drink some milk.
Yeah, from hotel. Have him drink some milk. Hotel Nerd, New Newman update. He is released from the hospital.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
That's crazy. Did you see the crash, Kristian?
No, is it crazy?
It's the worst thing.
I would still caution people against going on, even though the guy's okay. I would still caution people watching it.
Oof.
It's you watch and you're like, there's no way that guy's alive.
And he did. That's awesome. Let's see. Sean.
But he is.
Yeah, he is.
But I know, but I'm still.
Sean the
so
Prawn, just to fuel the Kate confusion. In the UK, an L refers to a joint made using two papers stuck together to make a capital L shape.
Oh, a capital.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Like an inhaler?
Ramon Fritz says...
That's what I'm going to call my inhaler.
Yeah.
I'm going to go suck my L.
Do it.
I'm going to go smoke my L.
Ramon Fritz says Ben Goddard is looking good. Not sure what it is about him, but it might be him sitting next to Kate that puts an extra glow. Well, he's not there anymore.
The lighting is way better over here.
Yeah, this jackass.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Hotel Nerd says the new... Yeah, he brought that in there. Accuser of the Bagels. I brought this up yesterday, but I won't miss the opportunity to go right to the source that I don't like the let's get it this match over with it's been a day long. I don't know respectful. I don't know what I gotta move on to that one. Jay Wade, Smets is spot on. We interviewed him for After Live before the draft. I asked what manager he wanted to be drafted by, and he said he'd love to join the dungeon. Could you imagine Smets and Roca as a team? Yes, please. Thank you guys for all you do. That would be pretty amazing if those two on the same team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But
all things are possible in the Schmoedown.
Yeah. I got an answer for you though, Mark.
Who makes the flight?
B. Arthur says that the Golden Girls cruise is actually 100% real.
That's what my guess
Oh,
is.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the coronavirus is a day
It's
of.
just
maybe.
that's a bit.
How does that happen?
I'm gonna let my sister know.
Yeah. You surname. Hey, Kristian, has your daughter watched She-Ra and the Princess of Power on Netflix? No, but I should actually show her that.
Is that the original one? The
no,
one that
there's a new one that they made recently. Yeah,
that's the one Adam Ray does a voice in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Shelby White. I think I've been watching too much SD and SEN. I had a dream I was watching Kristian's kid for a match. Another, I was hanging out with Kate and our kids. And third, I was dating Ella. So I don't know if it's the voice, the beard, his humor, or love of Star Wars. Well, there you go, Shelby.
Listen,
you got to meet
Shelby.
You got to meet him.
I had a Schmoedown dream the other night too.
What was it?
Yeah, I can't tell you. It's deep, but it's pretty honest.
It's leveled.
It's not like I was in there was cotton candy and unicorns. It's like no, we're actually calling a match similar to one of the ones that we called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Douglas,
and you were naked.
Was there a challenge?
I cannot say anymore.
Douglas Johnson says, "Hey, Ace is back with his water in corner. Oh wait, it's just Ben. That's trademark infringement. Oh, that's pretty okay. I guess.
Oh, that's right.
Ace usually carries a big
Yes,
jug
he
of water.
does.
So
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Muffin Truck. Just want to say that I love you all so much, even when my Jose Altuve joke just falls short. Hey, it happens, man.
Hey.
Haunted.
Yeah.
I watch pretty much it.
Garbage.
Yep. I love to have those guys on sometime. I love pretty much it. I was watching one of their commentaries on a Netflix movie, and they mentioned, why do Stockman and Johns not review Netflix original movies? They're ignored by all reviewers. Thoughts? I think that those guys really aim for a lot of the theatrical released ones, the big ones. Minus like The Irishman, I'm sure they covered that, or some stuff that's kind of heavy into pop culture. But you got to remember how many movies those guys see.
They did reviews of Marriage Story as well.
Yeah, but and those are Oscar buzz movies and everything too. There's a lot of movies on Netflix, so all the originals that they do. And Jeremy's always been a guy that they review movies differently. Jeremy will review stuff that he legit wants to see. Is interested in. Chris has made it clear that he wants to see, he likes to see everything.
Yeah, he plows through everything.
Yeah, and there are certain movies that Jeremy will decide, I don't know if necessarily I want to cover that thing.
He didn't review Parasite until after one Best Picture.
Yeah,
Anybody see that Six Underground on Netflix? That Michael Bay movie? Any good?
Pile of dog shit.
Oh, no, really?
I heard it was
I like Ryan Reynolds.
I thought it was all right.
Wow.
It felt like a Michael Bay parody.
Really?
He saw all the criticisms of himself and was like, I'm gonna amp it up to 11.
RB3 just had the most coy look on his face. I went,
Yeah.
that one stung a little.
I like Michael Bay. That's all.
Yeah.
You know? We like 13 Hours, Mark.
Oh yeah,
We don't like it.
love it.
We love it.
Best Picture, right?
By the way, I just
Every
realized
year.
hearing
Every
you
year.
talk about a guy named Jeremy reminded me of what drives me crazy about my husband is that he can't say the name Jeremy. He says Jeremy. It drives me
Jeremy?
crazy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, you got to break
You
up
said
with
it
that guy.
correctly. I'm just saying. That reminded
That's
me.
grounds for divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm old. We're
Grounds for
done.
Kick him to the curb.
West
We're
Side
done.
Nerd, SEN crew. What's the dealio? Hopefully you guys can answer this before Kristian tells RB3 to wrap up the show again. With Clone Wars final season around the corner, what is something you're looking forward to? P.S. Hey Kate, loving the Baby Yoda top.
Thank you.
Also,
I've
the
worn
thing
this
I'm
before.
looking.
Oh, that's
that is really good.
beautiful.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it ties into Episode 3. If it does at all.
that's what I want. I want
Yeah.
to see some Order 66 from different.
Well,
points of
as
view.
an adult,
I don't think you're going to see that though.
I wonder. I think so because of the Padme is pregnant, so we're close.
Yeah, someone paired up. There's lines from Revenge of the Sith
In
in,
it?
the Clone
Oh,
Wars
that's great.
trailer.
Yeah.
So there could be some Order
I
66
would love
stuff.
that. Okay, that'd be great. Are you going to watch that RB3? You're starting to get into it now.
I still got a lot catching up to.
Okay.
I'm getting the chronological order from the IGN. So
Yeah,
it's-
I'm going to do that too.
Yeah, you got to do it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Los Angeles stuff. When Goldstein was still on board for The Flash, Ben Affleck turned in a script and it was rejected. Poor bats. Subscribe to the meaning of podcast. Michael Dingus. We all have SEN to brighten our day. I hope that something as well, maybe treadmill nugs. But seriously, love everything you guys do and hate to see anybody upset. But I'm glad you pushed through. Still bringing joy to my day if that helps.
It's a bit. It's a bit.
Yeah. So let's see.
We rehearsed this in the studio
Yeah, that's
5
right.
hours yesterday.
But Super Chat is adopted Asian, the one and only.
Hey.
With less than a month to Mulan. Anyone else hopeful for the return of the Mulan Szechuan sauce? I didn't even know if there was one. Was that something? Only one can hope and pray. I don't know
The
if that was a
Szechuan
thing.
sauce from Rick and Morty. That's funny.
Oh, okay.
Mulan's the first Disney movie since Pirates of the Caribbean to get a PG-13 rating, by the way.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be violent.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
Yeah.
Big business.
The,
Big
the
business.
Szechuan sauce actually started when Mulan.
I know that, but it made there were literally riots outside of
Yeah,
McDonald's
yeah.
because of Rick and Morty because
Oh,
they
wow.
brought it back and
Okay.
people were freaking out.
Chris Fiore.
Don't do that, you son of a
What's the
bitch.
meaning of
Guys, stop fighting, please.
Is there a Schmoedown schedule of upcoming matches somewhere? Also, what is the chances of getting a comic book MCU or Marvel division or exhibition? The schedule's on the schmoedownlive.com. You can go there and the schedule will be there. The chance of getting a comic book MCU or Marvel division exhibition we've done before with the MCU, but as far as the overall division, it's
Comic books is a wheel slice now.
yes. Well,
Yeah.
it's been for
Oh, it has been.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm new.
Yeah, it's all right. And then
I'm new and
Lamar McLeod. Love you guys.
Garbage.
You should check out Legolam's
How dare
action
you.
movie musicals on YouTube. Great stuff. Commando is my favorite. I never seen that. Do you guys Legolam's? No.
Never heard of it.
And
Yeah,
then-
like the place.
yes.
Yeah, the place.
Um,
Billund, Denmark.
That's right. So PC comes in and says Ellis on Chill to Action has the most views. Again, PC, I give you my my again apologies for that. I forgot.
It's
who
my fault, PC.
Didn't know who you were. Didn't realize it, and wanted to make sure. So I apologize.
I think it's going to be okay.
No, I just
really
no, it's just I just saw her that I didn't realize who she was, and she's like a hardcore fan, man. She's
the best.
She's
Yeah.
awesome. So
And we love
PC,
her.
sorry about that. She's back in the chat room now.
Love you, PC.
All right, anything else you guys would like to talk about?
Well, actually,
I just want to say.
remember when I brought your daughters?
Yeah, I know. Left them on the
look
floor.
at that.
Well, they're never gonna get them now. They're probably fucking poisoned anyway.
By the way, just real quick, random news. There is a Whitney Houston hologram tour starting on February 25th.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
interested to see
dear.
how that
Okay.
does. Very interested to see how that does. Reilly, any parting shots?
Can't wait to see Whitney Houston hologram.
There it
concert.
is.
There's
Get
one more
tickets.
that
Oh, there's
just
one more.
came in. Silly Buffoon says, I know this is kind of a backstage question, but I'd like to know what story moment did you pitch to players that they refused to do or that you had to convince them to do? I haven't really had that many moments. So the good news, a lot of people have kind of trusted what I was going to do. The only one, I mean, I would say the closest thing was I remember when I was putting together the Anarchy teams and I turned and I said, hey, Reilly, how about Bateman? And he looks at me and goes, nah, I don't know. He's like, no. And then he's like, no, I don't think so. I'm like,
Then
all
I
right.
thought
So
about it.
I started looking, but then I started looking through other players and he comes up and he's like, you know what I was thinking about the Bateman thing? He's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I think you
I'll
were.
fall on that sword.
Yeah. And then look. What we had.
When I was competing, did you? I think you and I just always had an understanding. But like when I was competing, because we had started to do like the heel and face kind of thing. Did we ever have a conversation about like?
I think at one point I was like, maybe I could do like a heel thing. And then I was like, it's not something. I said, never mind. It wasn't something you'd even.
I think it's in me. I think it's
to
in
do
me
a
to
heel?
be a heel.
Yeah, I do too.
But-
But you'd have to.
Oh
act.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's too. I mean, it's gone at this point. but-
Not necessarily. It could be as an announcer, and you'd probably be a good way
I
for you to
think-
get some
I
frustrations
think
out on
some people maybe consider
Yeah.
me.
Oh, Prince that promised says, "Will there be a digital Bobby Brown?" No, because I don't think he's so.
He's still-
Yeah, he's still around.
He's still around.
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen,
We love
RB3, do us a favor. Thank Christ. All right, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
here
you,
today
guys.
on the show.
It's been a great 10 years with you, Kristian.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody here. Oh no, thank God. Just me, RB3, Goddard, and then we're Sabrina from Meaning Of is joining us tomorrow. So we're excited about that. Winston Marshall will be back. God, I love Winston. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sitting in a room full of fucking idiots.